Hello there, and good morning to every one of you who's watching this. We have officially come into the relegation / promotion bracket. My name is Zeno Viper, and join with me here today is going to be FaZe to bring you the upper brackets of this series.
The upper bracket finals is going to be a best of 5 between the Mongs and Bikini Bottom Pratahouse. And, you know, it's going to be a long one because these two teams definitely have, well, not just experience, but a lot of talent here.
Not just that, guys. We know that Split 1 is over, right?
Yep.
So that's why we congratulate Bleed once again on their great victory against... oh my god, what was that again? Was it X10? It was X10. It was X10, yeah. Enigma was the third place thing there. So we're going to see who these two teams is going to join the top 6 in Split 2 here.
Yep.
And that's why we had Team Path, we had Kizuna Esports, we had now Bikini Bottom Pratahouse and the Mongs, like you mentioned. But just a side note, I would like to get things clear out of the way. We might confuse the word for garbage esports with Bikini Bottom Pratahouse sometimes because they are sharing the same players, but maybe the org is just not updated yet. So bear with us.
Yeah, definitely. And we're going to be looking at the brackets here for today. It's actually going to be 2 games happening at the same time. We got the upper bracket finals, and down below we can see the lower brackets. Kizuna and Path actually going to be happening at the same time. But unfortunately, we are going to be looking at the upper bracket finals because everybody wants to watch that best of 5.
Dude, so is the lower bracket finals, by the way. So that's actually going to come concurrently, I think, today? Or is that tomorrow? No, okay. So the news I have here is that today we are having the upper brackets in which you see T-Mong and BBP. And whoever loses the upper brackets today will drop down to meet whoever wins the lower brackets round 1. And that one will fight tomorrow. So the thing is that you will have, I think, grand finals as well?
I don't think
there's only 2 days of relegation.
Yeah, so I don't think there's going to be a grand finals because whoever wins...
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so basically the winner of Team Mongs and BBP, this upper bracket finals will be qualified for the group stage. And then down below, you can see match 5 there. That's whoever wins between those 2 games will be making their way to the group stage as well.
So basically, all you're saying is that we're just going to have 2 best of 5s, one today, one tomorrow, and then we will have our final 2 teams to go into Split 2 to join the top 6 from Split 1.
Yeah, definitely. So it's a lot on the line here, you know. This is they call this the promotion / relegation bracket because it's either you go home or you make it on towards the next stage. And we saw Team Path and Team Kizuna, they were there in Split 1. They were pretty strong teams, but you know, being the bottom two teams in the group stage, they actually were forced to make their way in towards the relegation / promotion bracket. So it's do or die. We've seen them play. We know that they belong up there in the top 8, but with their journey in the last one, you know, they're gonna have to go up against these teams here to see if they can make it back there or not. So a lot is on the line here for all of these teams.
Where we say they belong in the top 8, but unfortunately, there has to be 2 teams that's the bottom 2, right? That's the issue. So we have to give them the huge props to play the entire open brackets again, right? Our top 32, top 16 here. Of course, you guys don't see any visuals here, but you just gotta know it's TM. We're gonna repeat it till it gets drilled in your heads, all right? It's the Mongs and BBP, known as Bikini Bottom Pratahouse. That's way too many syllables. I'm just gonna be BBPing it.
BBP. Well, Bikini Bottom's pretty good too, you know, classic SpongeBob. But nonetheless, these are the 2 teams, and the thing is, these 2 teams, they've been fighting it out in the open qualifiers. You know, there's a lot of different teams that they have to go up against. There's teams like Blitz Esports that we saw, and it's tough because you don't really have many chances in this. In the open qualifier. I think it's just basically a best of 3 single elimination, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So it's tough, and they've managed to crawl their way here to the relegation / promotion bracket. And so for them, it's a promotion if they were to be able to win this final.
Well, I mean, I'm very sure 2023 is a good new year for VALORANT in general. Not just the challengers, but you know, we got Ascension, we got the lock-ins. There's a lot of things to look out for, and also potentially more external tournaments from Riot. Maybe we have to see that. But just to let you guys know first that yesterday the games actually concurred. Right, that was Team Path versus Mongs first, and that actually pushed Team Path down to the lowest bracket, and they actually got 2-0. Sorry, Bikini Bottom Pratahouse with Team Path. Okay, but anyway, let me talk a little bit about the Mongs real quick. So you can see some of the names a little familiar maybe in Twitch chat, but that's about it. They made their names there. That's how I kind of see them. But in general, I haven't seen them on stage. It'll be exciting to see them for the first time.
Yeah, definitely. This team is definitely quite new here in terms of players overall, because you know this is how they start. This is how everybody starts. You know, this is where you make your name for themselves.
Yeah.
So down here, it's up to these 5 players: Esmond, Mizern, INF, Cairo, and Jay, to just pop off and make a name for themselves and
Exactly.
make sure
So yeah,
they W.
the Mongs. Let me repeat that again. They 2-0'd Kizuna. Okay, up there. That's why they knocked Kizuna down. It was almost decisive. The first one was an overtime, so Kizuna took it pretty close, 13-15. Whereas map 2, yeah, Kizuna dropped it by like 6-13. The Mongs just rolled in map 2, right? So that is pretty much the score on the upper. And then on the flip side, when we talk a little bit about Bikini Bottom Pratahouse.
Yep.
Yeah, so that one, they actually also 2-0 Team Path. Okay, in which the first game was a bit of a stomp. It's also 6-13. What's with 6-13 these days? I've seen too much of them. Yeah, and then the second game was a little bit more closer. It's like 10-13, although Path still lost the match.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, BBP, this team right here, DXN, Shun, Alexi, Musi, and Grumble. You may have seen these names a bit familiar here. You can see DXN and Shun. Look at the jerseys they're wearing.
Yeah, exactly.
Kizuna Esports. These 2 players are from Kizuna. We got Lexi, who used to be a player for Bleed, LVR. You know, this guy has been in multiple teams and he has so much experience. Musi as well. He used to play for Paper Rex. It was at one time. And then there's Grumble.
The Grumble
this
is
guy is invisible. I don't know
the Grumble
who this
is a player in which one will have to unlock, all right? But for the rest that you've seen them, and that's the thing where they bounced around real quick. We call them like the it is true when you call it the Singaporean shuffle. It's the double S, right?
Yep.
Any teams like they want to try out new players and they want to see which fits their rosters the best. And right now, this is actually pretty scary if you ask me. They're just a bunch of players who, in their own right, can be super aggressive, can be very calculative at measures, and if you find the right combination for 5 people, they can be formidable.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's nothing wrong with a shuffle. You know, you want to look for the best team you can make, and I guess everyone decided to part ways with their team and make Bikini Bottom Pratahouse.
Well, in general, we do have, you know, the running joke was like, when do no-namers play? Okay, and we had some of those in the top 6 right now. And back here, we actually have Shun and DXN again. We pretty much have all of no-namers in this / Galaxy Esports. But unfortunately, Sky SG, shout out to you. You're kind of missing from the picture. We need you in there, man. But yes, the rest, they're all, you know, Mongs, new players that haven't seen their faces, going up against BBP. That is a bunch of senior faces. How does that make you feel?
It's tough. I mean, if I was the Mongs, I would be scared. But the thing is, with the Mongs, they've been together for so long. You know, they haven't had their Singaporean shuffle. They've been playing throughout the open qualifiers with the same team, and now they're here. So they have that chemistry. They know exactly what they're doing up here in this relegation / promotion.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a tough hill to climb, especially since you're going up against the likes of BBP, with Lexi, with Musi, with DXN and Shun, you know, all these previous players. And looking at Grumble, looking at his stats, it's not like he's a bad player. This guy's crazy. He's carrying sometimes. So everybody here from BBP is just nasty. And I think if the Monks can just mentally prepare themselves and beat a better team, it should be no problem, man.
Well, they have to be the killmongers, basically. Bring it all the way to, you know, promotion, right? So this is actually their time to shine because there's only one chance left. You really thought that last time the round robins was that chance? Hey, no. This is the relegation. This is the true final chance. The final countdown starts. So since this will be a best of 5, ladies and gents, we are going to go for at least a 3-game series today. That is why we only have one series, and that is Mong versus BBP.
This is only one. This is it. And I mean, you guys got to fasten your seatbelts because this could take all damn day. You know, we could be going to 1 a.m., you know, plus 8 GMT. But nonetheless, Haven going to be the first pick here for the side of BBP. Pretty awesome map, 3 sites. One of my favorites to cast and one of my favorites to play. And then a TM,
yes.
Mong
Going for the fracture. Oh, by the way, we haven't seen too much Haven, to be fair, in Split 1.
That's true.
Not sure if you've seen that. So I want to see a resurgence of that again. Then again, it's because our favorite. It is one of mine too. Icebox going to be coming up as the third map pick. So I'm kind of guessing just Lotus and Pearl being the last few ones. It is a select straight up? Yes, exactly. So the actual decider will be Pearl. So I'm kind of seeing a potential, maybe a 3-1 in this case. I doubt that it's going to be a sweep. Okay, but looking at the possibilities right now, I'm getting a 60% chance that it might go 3-1, and then the remaining 40% it could be a sweep for BB.
Yeah, but we don't know because we haven't watched the Mongs play.
Correct.
We haven't watched the way BBP with their new lineup plays together.
Would you like stats then for the Mongs?
Go ahead.
Okay, so for in Split 1 for the Mongs, they have actually played a couple of maps in which their win rate was actually 100% for Ascent. One game on Fracture, they won that. And then Breeze 50%, Haven 33%. Okay, so considering the fact that they didn't actually make it to top 8, and they still have statistics here, shows that at least they actually played through it.
Yep.
So they won't be in unfamiliar waters. But in Split 2, for some reason, there's a hell of a games played. A lot of their maps, they actually won 100%, which means they actually won their counterparts in the open qualifiers. The only maps they really dropped was Haven and Ascent, surprisingly.
Okay, so it's not looking good here for them for the first
Their
game.
Fracture is 100% win rate. Almost 6 maps.
Okay, yes. So I think this might be a curb stomp on the first game here because we're moving into Ascent to Haven.
Yes, that's right.
Stats ain't looking good here for the Mongs, but once we move on towards the Fracture, which I think is the second or third map, it is
Fracture is the second map.
Yeah,
I wasn't taking my notes, but I just remember Lotus Pearl being the last. Oh, there was Icebox.
Yep.
So Icebox will be our third map, I think.
Yep.
Yes, exactly. Oh, I'm so excited to see that. Both teams, I haven't seen a lot of Icebox statistics.
We haven't really been seeing much Icebox lately, but when the teams do end up playing in Icebox, there was a time where it was Enigma versus.
There's a lot of Icebox games with Enigma Gaming.
Yeah,
Enigma.
Yeah, and it was just so close every single time it would go OT 16-14. I'm like, oh my goodness. But yeah, it's super fun to watch, and the fact that not just Fracture, but Lotus is in as well. You know, I've been playing a lot of Lotus recently. I've been playing too much Valorant recently, and I'm slowly falling in love with the map.
There is no such thing as too much Valorant. Okay.
A little bit.
This is just copium talking right now. Like I don't play enough myself sometimes. I wish to get better. Not gonna lie. But in the zones where the maps are in rotation, that actually keeps the game a bit fresh, right? We don't have Bind no more. We don't have Breeze no more. So when these new unorthodox maps solidify their status as comfort picks, then very soon the teams is going to try to find the upper catch and try to upset the other team, right? Like now we see actually Pearl coming into fruition. Like it's probably easily top 3, top 2 most map picks.
Yeah, definitely.
Since the last split, example.
Yeah, definitely. We've been watching a lot of Pearl, and just these different kind of lineups keep coming in, and since the fact that the Harbor is available now, there's just so many different kind of changes to the current meta right now. You know, we don't know what's really set in stone because of the new agent, the new map. And I think once we move on throughout the rest of the year, should be a little bit more
You see a lot more strats and also like agent comms that will actually I'm not sure if it's got like a name for Southeast Asia itself, but there are international teams who really started, like, for example, picking up a lot of Harbor Viper combo. Double Duelist can coming back to the picture sometimes. You know, we haven't seen this in like the past almost like one and a half years ish, like mostly the Double Duelist meta. Always it has to be the double initiator half the time. And then double controller happened once, I think, in VCT 2020. Yeah, it was 2032. Which stage I don't remember, but it's MYSG where we kind of just make that happen too.
Recently, there's been, when you go on split, there's actually double controllers in a few of these teams, because they would have Viper and they'd as one of the main controllers, and then whoever you want to play, whichever else controller you want to play. And what Viper would do, she'd just set up her wall from a main towards that heaven position to cut off any vision for the defending team to watch them cross towards ramp. So there's always that Viper there, and it's slowly just moving in towards the double controller, but nowadays we see so many
Yep.
initiators.
I just want to see shifts. Like you got to understand that sometimes, like yes, you can let a meta just set in stone for maybe 2-3 months. Then we need something to shake it up. Shake it up a bit, maybe like shake it up for another month or two, and then maybe you can rest on laurels for maybe like 5-6 months. Let the meta settle just a bit, and players to kind of like juke around with the new composition, new maps, get used to it, you know. And since right now, I keep pointing out Chamber out of the meta, coming back two very, very strong Sentinels, right? That's Killjoy and Cypher, both fulfilling their individual roles in either being a info gatherer or also a site denier most of the time. So a map, for example, a map like Haven, Killjoy is really strong there. Depends on your team. Let's say if you're a Paper X, you prefer information, you're gonna go for the Cypher. But half the time, a Killjoy, one turret covers so many angles on a Haven. I want to see that. I want to see Breach coming back here. I want to see a resurgence of Reyna, even though sometimes we have seen a Phoenix, but not a lot of Phoenix has been showing up. Only 2, I believe, and 2 of them was by Shinsei on Pearl. So, one can hope.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we just want to see different type of agents, so we as viewers and as casters can also learn more about how different ways to play Phoenix, different ways to play Reyna. And I've been picking up Reyna recently, and it's just so fun to watch, so fun to play. But I just can't see. I don't see any tournaments with Reyna plays in there.
It's
the last
good.
I can remember was Tens from ages ago, I think, in lock-in. But
we got Bleed. That was Durion and Juicy. Like, Juicy really popped off on that Reyna, for example.
Okay, fair enough.
Actually, that's very, very solo-dependent agent. Yes, you can play around with your team, but your utilities don't really contribute much to a team purpose.
Exactly,
right?
yeah.
It is, he is arguably one of the strongest near sights in the game. That's the Lear, right? But if you don't get kills, you don't get your overheals. That's the thing.
Yeah.
So I think anything like a Reyna can do, usually other agents can sort of do better, just besides not healing part. There are a lot of duelists that has flashes. There are a lot of duelists who has mobility, things like that. So you want your initiators and your duelists, and your sentinels maybe kind of enable you get on site. Like player name go kill sometimes. We saw that for Zan, we saw that for Shinsei, we saw that for Juicy and the kinds. Duelists fun to watch, but without the players giving them the support, the rest of the team, sometimes it ain't gonna happen.
Definitely, and that's why they're called initiators or sentinels and controllers. Every single role has a name for themselves, and every single role is important. So it doesn't matter if you're a controller; you can still make plays. All right, you don't have to be the duelist to be cool.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I started as a smoker main, man. Man can't aim. Like, what's mechanical? It's way too hard. I'm way too old to start Valorant.
I feel you.
You're right. So anyway, we're waiting for the players to actually begin on the lobby. So bear with us on this. I just want to highlight both of these teams over and over again. Remember, we're talking about the Mongs, all right, and we're talking about Bikini bottom Pratahouse / Garbage Esports on VLR. I don't know why their names are not updated.
It's cool.
Okay,
It's cool.
It's cool. It is cool. They played their way up the open qualifiers, so I guess that they kind of mean something, right? Especially going against the likes of like Path, Blitz Esports, like you said.
Yep.
BBP actually went against Cheeseburger. Just shout out to them because I saw their names in Split 1. Cheeseburger, and they're back here, so it's just funny to see that. I just want
weird name.
I want to get that out there. But through that the journey up there, they actually performed roster changes as well.
Yeah.
So we are not actually seeing the roster of the Mongs playing in the open qualifiers. At least that's the Mong. But for Garbage Esports wise, or was it Garbage Esports? Sorry,
Garbage Esports,
that was Garbage Esports, yeah. The Mongs have been playing together.
Yeah.
They're the one that haven't been changing it up that much.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the Mongs, they've been through a lot of things. I mean, this was the team that Team Path had to beat 2-1 to make their way in towards group stage. So the Mongs, they definitely not a team that you should unaccount for. They definitely have the skills, they have the experience, and it just kind of depends on who's the better team today. Because a lot of these games, it's if you're on form, you're on form. You're gonna be hitting your shots. There's days where you as a viewer, you're just insane. You're feeling it. You're hitting all the shots. But if you're not on form today, with the day that actually matters, that's gonna be a big problem.
Okay, so I just want to get in the game because I want to touch point on how PvP actually picked Haven as their first map. considering that they have played 5 Haven games and only have won 3 out of them. So that's going to be actually interesting. Maybe they are...
I mean,
maybe they're comfortable with just dropping one. No, I won't say dropping one map, but I think they want to get a momentum rolling first.
Yeah, but I don't like
get it up.
the fact that there's just so much experience on their team.
Yeah.
You know, and the fact that it's still a new roster, we can't really count on the stats per se.
Would you like their agent comms predictions maybe? Since in the games they've always been playing a double initiator. Okay, I talked about the breach. He is here. We do have a jet. We do have a Killjoy, Omen for smoke, and a Sova for the second initiator.
Yeah. So what I've been seeing is Grumble, he usually plays the initiator role alongside Shun. And double initiators on a map like Haven, you know, super strong. You know, there's a lot of these little hiding spots, especially on that A site. You want to make sure you've got your drone. You got to make sure you've got your raid haunt and just clear every single corner. But man, I think it's going to be a pretty fun game because what I like to see is having how the Jet and Breach, usually there's a Jet and Breach on Haven, how they work together as a team. What Jet would do, she would cloud burst on towards site, she'd dash in towards the smoke, allow Breach to flash for her, and as soon as Breach flashes, she comes out of her smoke. You know, and
Jet
just starts
opening,
great.
Jet opening is just strong, and the usual catch for her is just Cypher traps. But it's really, really hard to time a Jet, especially when you got 3 sites, right? You don't really know where to set up most of the time. So pretty much, I would say 2 out of 3, Jet usually gets a successful entry there. If there's only, let's say, 1 or 2, let's say 1 on site and it's not a sentinel. So getting the site is not the issue. It's about even surviving, giving your team the information of how many are there. The Jet has done its role of breaking into site, right? So technically, there's not a lot of agents that can provide the same utility as the Jet does. You can argue that Ray sometimes does that. Reyna kind of covers a different role. Basically, yes, she frags, but she doesn't have that mobility to burst into site. And in a map like Haven, you're breaking into A lobby. You're on C long. You need agents that move. So maybe that's why we don't see the resurgence of Phoenix and Reyna that much anymore since the previous VCT, right?
Yeah, definitely. Especially on a map like Haven. You know, on that A site, you can make your way. There's all these different obstacles that you can make your way on top. B site, you can get on towards the site. You know, C, you can make your way towards the top of default. Just a lot of different elevations. And, you know, for this map right here, Raze and Jet is just definitely the go-to agents. But there we go, lads. Timer on the screen. Finally, we're going to be getting in towards the game.
Oh, yeah. So we're actually going to skip agent select altogether, and we will be presented the, both teams' agents in front of us. What a logo, guys. Look at that M. Look at that absolute unit of a chef tossing that prata. I am so down for that, guys. I have not had roti canai or prata in easily months. Why? Zeno, why have you not had that? Oh my god.
I have it almost every day, buddy. It's the best breakfast as a Malaysian. Come on.
We're going to go for that after this. Okay, so education-wise, we got 20 seconds. I would like you to define a roti canai with a prata.
I know roti canai. I always order roti canai. I never order prata. I don't know if they're the same thing or not.
Surprisingly, in Singapore, roti canai is called as prata, which is very strange because in Malaysia, they are actually
it's two different
different ways to it's actually 2 different dishes.
Yeah.
But I'm so down to actually try prata by itself. I'm a roti canai man. But enough about food. I know some of us are hungry, leading into the later stages of the afternoon. But we got a game on our hands here, and it's BBP and TM.
It looks like I'm going to be starting pretty strong here, getting very aggressive up towards the C side. 4 players now up towards long, and you can just see that they've got their very own Killjoy here towards window. Oh, it's going to be tough to get these names right. You know, new teams, but nonetheless, they've dashed their way on towards the site.
Yeah, it's called Jay. Yeah, it's Jay. Let's just call it Jay.
Jay's very dangerous position here. They go for the double swing outside of that Nebula, and they do manage to get the trades off. Decent start, but it slowly just traded back and forth, and it's a 3 versus 2 now. 2 versus 2 as INF takes down the opposing team's Killjoy.
Yeah, Shan did a good job in getting that double frag for his 1 death, right? So, and that action itself just leads to the equalizer here. But the issue is that for the attackers, they're running out of time. And here we go, INF that's actually about to catch the cross up. And INF now knows where the last man will be. And Musi got on his plate. He has to deal with a potential plan, but he's got the wall bang. And he made it work, one-on-one.
Definitely such a chaotic round, huh? Everybody's just fighting towards C. And look at this quick rotation here coming in from Musi. He's got the Sheriff in his hands. Just a couple of shots is all it's going to take, but Esmond takes him down. So close yet so far.
Seen this man around sometimes. It's a name that I'm definitely a little bit more familiar with. And I can say that if they can put it, I don't know, if they can put a fight with BBP and actually surprise us by being one of the top 8 in Split 2, I will be very, very amused. But it is way too early now. This is only the first round, but sometimes I like to protract the future. And in which right now that Team Mongs will go full blitz on anti-eco. That is a lot of Bulldogs being invested compared to the Spectre.
Definitely, guys. And if you guys are only tuning in now, oh my goodness. Okay, Musi, that's one way to start things off. INF gonna get instantly just taken out of this second round.
But that's a gamble that will allow the rest of Team Mongs to just get C. I think they're okay with just losing one member, but having another successful side plant and even maybe a successful post plant, because when you play the breach, you gotta plant that on the platform, right? This one aftershock, easy, you don't even need to peek. All the stars being placed there for days. This is gonna be tough for BBP to get this defuse.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's all the firepower is here. Oh, but the Nebula is just perfect. They're gonna have to spam. They're gonna have to hit their lineups, and they're just going for the defuse nice and easily. No one's doing anything about it. And unfortunately, they do manage to take down 3, but everybody just gets taken down. Well,
I'm watching a ranked game there. Like, what went down there? Where's my aftershock? Yes, you can say that there was the Nebula. Definitely helped them, of course, to secure the post plant. But that's the whole point of you planting there underneath platform, in which where you are placing for the aftershock, you are placing a little bit for some killjoy utilities. We almost saw nothing of that.
Here.
What a tough one, but that's the way to start things off, start things hot here for both these two teams. But nonetheless, oh my goodness.
Nasty shot from INF. That's taking out that counterpart, and that's on Garage. That's most of the time your Killjoy does play there. So maybe they saw it coming. Sean, gonna be the next one to fall. Looking easy right now for this entry, considering it's on the 1-to-1. That thrifty should not happen, by the way. And Lexi just caught in the worst timing. Both all agents actually just taking out their equivalent counterparts. I forgot to just point out that we are actually experiencing a complete mirror matchup of agents.
Ooh. We're just gonna see who's the better player, I guess. You know what I mean?
There we go.
There's gonna be some jet diffs, some breach diffs. That's for sure. Nonetheless, so patient here.
Yeah.
Nice and easy frag there for INF, but at this point, you know, it's all down to Musi. He can go for the defuse if he would like to, but you know, with 5 players still remaining, he's gonna have to find a way to just go for the save.
I mean, Musi here's the first step. I don't know if he's on the hunt. He heard the tailwind, so... But I don't think he's gonna get the kill. It's way too dangerous. One wrong pick, INF is gonna destroy him. But we're looking at a 5-man completely living on the side of Team Mongs.
Yeah.
So this is the point where it might skyrocket if BBP doesn't actually take out some members. The early stages of the round, they do count, right? Economy, they rack up. So you don't want to be ever placed in the point of complete economic deficit. So in order to keep things even right now, I would say that our defenders here do need to equalize.
Definitely super back and forth, but just the weapons that they have in their team. A couple of sheriffs, a single Vandal in the hands of Musi that he managed to save from the previous round. But look at this, just a full-on rampage here towards this C site. All these players just running in hot, but that's going to be a quick catch coming in from Musi. Easy pickings, but Cairo and Mazer just doing work, trading things back and forth. But look at these sheriffs, these pistols, these upgraded guns.
Dear Lord.
Making things work.
This Asmon going completely ham with that. Of course, you got Musi start off like with good shots, but in the end, his team still falls. And INF has got his back. Kind of just predicted Grumble coming out from CT. I don't want to call this a big runaway, but when you start to snowball, you will snowball. So Team Mong, they are on a very good roll here.
Yeah.
I need to stop making balls jokes, but you know, when you snowball, you roll. So it's a weird buy right now for BBP, if you ask me.
Yeah, I guess what they want to do is get that orb from Musi A long. He's going to be able to pop the Blade Storm, and everybody will be having some decent firepower here. But the way the Mongs is playing is just so... I don't know, I love the way they play. Super aggressive, they play together as a team. If one dies, they instantly go for the trade. And, you know, they're always having that man advantage here at the end of the attack.
I would like to know who our Chinese name Killjoy is later. I might need to go back on my notes to check. But while we're here to just explain, we'd like to kind of just apologize for the UI that you guys might be anticipating here. So we're gonna try to get that resetted for you. But for right now, just gotta remember that our attackers are Team Mong and our defenders are Bikini bottom Pratahouse.
Whoa, massive.
That's massive aftershock, right?
Yeah.
Just scan him out, you know, he's waiting for the cross. He walks out anyway, he's dead either way. So here we go, another successful post plan. Lexi is trying to get this window on his back stab. But all of these setups are gonna make it super easy.
Oh my goodness. That was milliseconds away from being defused, and the peak coming in from Cairo, just taking out a diffuser, was just perfect.
We got too much cameras on Esmond right now. I think like he's doing phenomenal work for his team, not just for his stars, but like I think his... I'm not sure actually who the IGL is, but they're actually doing a really good job. Like where the direction in which to go, how they execute the side take real quick to back out, that's on point.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, just they're rolling in together as a squad. As soon as they get the spike down, you see they instantly fell back. They didn't want to go for those fights. They knew they had the utility to work with, such as the Nano Swarms, the Hunter's Fury. They made it work, and they just peaked at the right time to take down the diffuser. It was close, yet so far here, and Musi's got the Guardian in his hands.
Yeah, Musi couldn't peek out just now because there was a recon dart. So that actually enables some of Team Mong to actually break into lobby. There is no flankers though, but there's enough Killjoy utils to stop them. Now, there's two up on Sewers, and I'm very sure Team Mong can hear that. And they're just trying to hold his default real quick. This Guardian not really landing the shots.
Super scary, and we did get the clarification that DXN is on the Killjoy with a Chinese name, but nonetheless, look at this. The bait and switch just perfect. The Mongs is just... Their team play is just phenomenal.
And most of the time, like they're living with, I don't know, 4 or 5 people left in the round to carry forward these weapons. I would say that Bikini bottom Pratahouse is not getting any momentum whatsoever. Yes, you got Shun, that's the Rolling Thunder, but you're dealing with 5. I don't think this is gonna happen here, but...
Last player standing.
That was tough. I mean, just watching the way they played, what do you call it? Bikini bottom Pratahouse. Oh my goodness. I couldn't make up my mind because it was garbage esports or Bikini bottom Pratahouse. You know?
I feel you, man. Honestly, if you call it like, you call it garbage esports, you're more validated. But if you can't remember that, it's just BBP every single time. So,
but nonetheless, they've been playing pretty well. It's just the fact that the trades are always going into the favor of the Mongs is just so beautiful. They're playing like textbook Valorant, you know, textbook FPS. You go in as a team, if someone dies, you instantly trade. They're always there for each other, and it's not like they're going for some crazy executions with some dashes or some crazy breach flashes.
Yeah,
they're
no,
just
that's what I'm about to say. Like, you bring up a very good point. It's not like they're really stratting or anything. It's just communication. Like, playing off contacts and also just, I don't know, just really trading effectively. Hold down the objectives and then just burst into a site. There's just no real big strats going on here. But it just happens to be working out well for Team Mong.
Yeah, it's like we're watching a team play ranked, but they're just a really, really well-coordinated ranked team. But nonetheless, slow and steady now as they play their default. Spread the players around here across the map. Great shot going to be starting things off here. Grumble being able to pick up Cairo. Spot the second one towards the box. Okay, looking for the third, but Jay will be able to trade things out. And while all that was happening, Musi actually picked up Esmond towards Silong. So now it's a 4 versus 2 situation. They've got the Killjoy ultimate to work with, but Numbers advantage not looking too good as Lexi finds the better positioning here against INF.
That's actually a good 1-2 off by Lexi and Musi, right? So it kind of just paid out. There was a window shot there. Oh my lord. DXN was just waiting for Jay. That's the one that they were kind of looking for. Finally taking a buy round into the next concurrence. So at least they would not be forced into the eco again. I'd say 3 points is not too bad at all. Maybe they just need to find their footing. And the operator definitely came into play hot.
Exactly. And in the hands of a Jet, you know it will be doing a lot of damage. He can play so many different positions. We saw, I think it was Musi. Yes, it's Musi who had the operator on that Jet. He was playing towards C long. He could updraft on towards the default box. This time around, he's changed things up towards A short, and he's looking to get an opening pick right here. Finds Jay, and at the same time, Grumble actually takes down Cairo too.
He was, I thought he was suppressed earlier. Like he couldn't push out just because of that like recon dart, but here we go, a nerf. Was it the recon dart nerf? I'm not too sure. But here we go, oh my god. DXN being rushed in to know tomorrow. INF. We saw him ratting out earlier, but we can tell he's not afraid to be the cat up front, putting out the aggression, but finally gets punished. That's a little bit too deep.
He just took matters into his own hands and ran it down in towards Garage and got the frag. How boss can you be? He will eventually get taken out, but nonetheless, they've got this position here. Esmond, they have no idea how close he is. They don't know how many players are in towards his garage, but Lexi's got the cross. He's from that C side, and they just get the spike down.
Oh, what a shot by Mizern there. There's no way you can just like pick it up. There,
Okay.
The final bullet.
He's got the Rolling Thunder to work with as well.
Oh, not just that. It's actually perfect. Oh. The issue is, yeah, we got a star then preemptively placed there by Lexi, a very powerful smoker in his own right.
Definitely.
Yeah, we see him usually. I usually see Lexi on a Brimstone a little more.
Yeah.
And he's actually pretty scary on that, even back then when he was in Bleed.
Yeah. He is. If you just look at his at the stats, it is just incredibly crazy how this man plays. Yes, he's the smoker, the controller. Sorry, he plays the Brimstone, he plays the Astra, a little bit of Omen here and there, but this guy is just super consistent. Okay. He's always hitting up those massive numbers in terms of frags.
So he got 2 points right now for BBP. I'll say that Team Mong actually just called this timeout. They realized that dropping 2 is just enough. But everyone knows there's a timeout buff, right? But you look at the amount of like utilities from BBP. It's very, very crucial they time everything well because they're all high impact ultimates, you know? So retake for a Rolling Thunder, prevent a plant for the Hunter's Fury, you might call it. The only tricky part is always how do you utilize a Cosmic Divide without letting orbs go to waste? Because half the time you usually see Cosmic Divide not being utilized at all for even like 3-4 rounds, and I think it's a waste, right?
Yep.
You gotta get the wall in. And your deaths, your kills, they're going to just add up to a new wall. So I would like to see good walls from either of these teams.
We saw one earlier towards his B site, but I guess that's one of the walls. Another wall you can do as the attacker when you get the spike down. It's usually just to stop anyone from coming in for the retake. Nonetheless, aggression here from the Mongs, making their way in towards A long.
Oh, we have a rat again. That's INF all the way to Garage, playing this 4+1 lineup. See if you can catch anyone on the on the rotation. There is a Alarmo bot just watching Garage too. So if it triggers, INF can just swing out and kill Garage. But he's made some noise, I guess. So that's why there's a star being placed. But I think most of the aggression would still be coming to A though. I don't think TM has actually split BBP's defenses enough just yet.
Yeah, it's up to INF to see if he can get the frag here on towards Lexi. But nonetheless, INF decided to fall back, and there's just a little bit of a stalemate happening. It's like both their computers have frozen, and they're just not moving an inch. And there we go, DXN. He's got 2 players he's got to work out for. Great fault line coming in. He does manage to find one. The fault line connects, and Grumble will be able to hit the Hunter's Fury on towards Jay as well. Okay, great setup coming in.
Fault line great is one thing, but the Hunter's Fury to follow that up.
The combo is just insane.
This is a very, very strange jiggle peek by Esmond. But of course, if Musi just trained there on C-Long, he kind of saw it coming. So this one, a very good read by BBP. Now say they make this a 4-5. Well, timeout buff actually not working out here. Mizzen last man standing, and there's 5 members of BBP left alive. So I guess if
10
you're a
seconds
Bikini bottom Pratahouse, you would be feeling pretty good, knowing that you caught up like what 1-4 earlier.
Yeah,
Now they're like 4-5. That's a morale boost right there.
Yeah, the Mongs were running away with it. They played together as a squad, but in the end, BBP, they were able to counter that. And now, after the timeout, they started playing a bit more passive. They played a bit more default. They have the spread, the default kind of plays coming in from the Monks, but they just got taken out one by one. You know, making their way towards short. Just a beautiful counter from BBP to be able to retake that A short position. And just all across the map, they just lost their fights. And nonetheless, the momentum is slowly swinging in towards the favor here for BBP.
Look at that, there's 2 BBP trying to push up B. Trying to make it fast, I think. Yeah, it's out. But Jay somehow so almost ready, and Shun gets immediately punished. Yes, that's the maximum punish. But DXN actually found Cairo somewhere else. That's on a lobby, so it kind of even it out. INF, he's such a rat. What a rat. Can we get INF, please? Thank you.
Oh, he just ran away. Grumble actually made it out of there alive.
No, but he's in such a good spot. So he wants to catch any rotations. He's 100% okay just playing Gong. And that is exactly why the rest of Team Mong wants to rotate, because they want to enable INF to get kills at B.
Definitely. And you can just see towards the C side, a little bit of rotation, but most of them are actually rotating towards the spawn position. INF, such a strong position. He finds one, gets the second as well. 2 quick, easy headshots here. Lexi looking to come out of garage. She does spot the spike planter, but Mizzen is just ready and waiting.
Yeah, I mean, he's coming out of that smoke, man. There's absolutely no way Lexi would have actually survived that earlier. But yes, the last one was DXN. This is all INF's doing, by the way.
Definitely. I mean, that's the problem with the setup, the defensive setup coming in from BBP. They have the Killjoy, but they're just not having a super strong hold towards middle. Grumble, he let go of that mid position a bit too early. He even made footsteps going out of mid towards that A side. So INF was just easily able to predict, to decide where he wants to go. Having the Killjoy alarm bot towards middle would be a lot easier. And this time around, you see DXN now making his way in towards garage. He's put up the alarm bot towards that mid door, and he finds 2. The collat comes in. Oh my lord.
Okay, DXN, I see you, my guy. And just with that opening, we'll probably place BBP at a higher pedestal. So Team Mongs now, even though their offense has been working really well, all in lieu with a very good teamwork. But I think the reads from BBP definitely can come through if you're not careful. But right now, this is exactly what I'm saying, that if you don't take enough rounds from Team Mongs, they will definitely try to climb all over you again. So even though there was a good opening by DXN, but you're already down in the deficit of 3 members compared to your opponent.
Now a retake here for BBP. We've got an operator, and they've got a Vandal here in the hands. But nonetheless, they do have the Rolling Thunder to work with, but I don't know, they just have to find an opening first. They've got to find something. Just look at how far these players are playing towards C-Long. It's all down to Moosey. He's just kind of dancing in his own smoke. Not much he can do, but he does manage to take down 1. If he had a little bit more to work with, it would be a little bit of a different story. But
he could actually clutch this, by the way. It's half. It's half. He needs to get the shot, brother. Oh no. Moosey, honestly, if he got that final operator shot due to that peak, he could actually stick the defuse.
Yeah, that was 6 seconds left, huh?
Yeah, that was more than enough time because he was already half, right? What in the world just happened there? But holy damn, that was actually a really good play coming up by Moosey. Isolating those kills, you know, his decision making was on point throughout a Cloudburst first. Did a very questionable fake, but he could have just stuck the spike first real quick, right? Found one in garage, takes 1 kill, still finds an Astra in the cubby. Like, he was landing those shots, but still wasn't enough.
Definitely not. I mean, that's the problem with bringing an operator towards a retake. You know, it's tough to hit those multiple shots. It just so much time in between those shots, but nonetheless, lots of information gained by DXN. Able to spot 3 players outside of garage, and all it took was a single flashpoint. So with that utility,
I would like to point
definitely
out,
worth it.
I would like to point out that the ults are not being utilized even all the way to this half. Or maybe have I ever heard of Rolling Thunder? I don't know, man.
No, we haven't seen one, huh?
I haven't seen a rolling thunder. And this time INF gets caught. His ratting potential shut down, at least for this round. So no bots, you know, no turrets
Oh,
that will actually lock out any form of detection for rotation, but it seems that it's just a garage to in. And guess who's on side? It's Lexi crossing out with
Oh.
Shun. Even though the Nebula's gonna block him out, but Shun still finds it.
Rolling Thunder used towards middle to clear things out, and Cairo is
Last
actually
player
the one
standing.
that gets connected, and he's all by himself now. As Lexi's able to take down Jay, a quick, well, nice and easy round here to close off the half. 7-5, the Mongs leading ahead with 2 rounds, and they've been pretty strong, especially at the early starts of the half.
It's surprising because it's still close. Thinking that the Mongs might actually run away with this one, but it just proves that Bikini bottom Pratahouse can just adapt, you know? But whether or not they actually finish 13 points is a different question. And we just want to let you know that this is a best of 5, so we are just going full stretch, you know?
All the way.
At least 3, in which I will remind you that our next map is Fracture, third map Icebox. We got Lotus and Pearl coming up, so stay tuned for that.
Yeah, I'm excited to see Pearl. It's just one of these new maps that's just been picked so much recently. And,
But that's decided, man. If you're really going for the home stretch of 5 games,
That is true, that is
that's
true.
gonna happen. We're not going 1 a.m., but I'm just telling you that this is a Saturday, so you know the weekend's here. Gonna enjoy. And guess who's enjoying those kills? That's DXN again taking out a counterpart. It seems that, you know, both mirror agents are just like wrecking out on each other.
Oh my goodness, the fault line just perfect. Catches Esmond off guard. Moosey dashes on towards side, picks up 2, and he's looking for more.
Yeah, that was the first one down just outside the garage too. And Musi is being enabled by his teammates pretty well in this one. So we can see that over the home, I thought that was actually a disgusting close-range shot by Jay. Still not enough. Too many members left alive for Bikini bottom Pratahouse side. And this is a very decisive pistol round. Now we're moving on. The score line kind of getting close.
Yeah, what a fault line though to start things off. And that's one way to help your duelist. You know, Jet, yes, she's a duelist, but if she makes her way on towards side without any assistance, all she's going to do is die. You know, you're going to have a lot of deaths in your hands. But if Shun's going to be hitting those kinds of fault line, if Grumble's going to get those scans in here for Moosey, there should be no problem at all, especially with the mobility that Moosey has on that Jet. 6-7 now. It was looking very good here, very convincing here for the Mongs. Looking at their stats, the Mongs didn't really have a decent Haven win rate, but look at the shorties, the double shorties inside the Nebula itself. They should be able to spot this out, and they do. A great drone. Nanoswarm going to connect on Esmond as well, but Mizern trying to look for at least a little bit of something here as he's playing sneaky beaky towards the site.
Honestly, I don't even think that it's like a ranked game. Like, you just hold these short places, you know, with a shorty, no pun intended. But literally, the drone is the MVP, right? They could be running straight into there, not checking, disrespecting the eco, and they could get punished. But no, I think BBP did their due diligence and still utilized whatever they require to win the round with, what, all 5 members still alive? Was it all 5?
Here.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah, easily.
Yes, all 5. If not most, yeah, all 5. But yeah, they have the discipline. You know, they had the numbers, they had the better weapons. They knew they won. They knew for a fact that the Mongs was on an eco. They could have just ran through that Nebula. They could have just got shredded in that meat grinder. But discipline.
That
Sova
meat
player.
grinder. I can see the drone spotted them and instantly just Spectre bullets rain onto them.
R.I.P.
It was just raining, man. Yeah, it's raining, man. Get it?
Ooh.
Okay.
I mean,
What? You don't like
if
it
you
when
swing
it's
that
raining,
way,
man?
if you swing that way.
Well, that's ironically a very questionable swing. Musi coming into sight, just opening up, but in the back is Esmo just waiting for him.
Oh,
Now,
the pop-in!
If you're smoking like this, though, it's kind of hard to check backside if your team can't catch up like this. Yeah, that smoke is a bit questionable on my end, but you know, we'll see what happens.
Oh my
Very
goodness.
nice shock dart as Esmo Grumble finishes with the first ace of this relegation. Who is this man?
That's Grumble, baby, but man, what a round there. It was looking so the Mongs heavy. The retake just came in. Mizern was able to take down 1. Cairo coming in with 2 of his own. And Grumble was just kind of stuck in the middle of it. They were just fighting over that spawn area. He was able to take one with a shock dart, and the last 2 kills with just a beautiful headshot.
Did you just say Wait, I lost something that you said, but it was hilarious. But that was a absolute Monga situation. Okay, that ace just came out of nowhere. Like he was just sitting there on CT waiting it out, and the shock dart just contributed to a perfect ace too. Lovely, and that definitely caught Team Mongs out of order, at least for now. I mean, they are on the eco, and I think BBP will sense this out. Very confident they might just take this, but Jay is already just trying to hold down a close angle, getting some maybe lucky right clicks with that, maybe not even investing in the shorty, but if he knew, then Musi can just open sight for himself without dying, like what he did on C side. I think a Hunter's Fury would do a lot of work too for both of these Sovas.
Definitely. I mean, both these Sovos already have their Hunter's Fury available. It's only the third round here. There we go. That's the setup I'm talking about. Dash in towards the smoke, wait for the breach flashpoint to come out, and as soon as it pops, you just come out of the smoke, and it just catches them out every single time. INF, some massive frags with that Sheriff and just making things work. But the Vandals just proving so much stronger. INF take down a third.
He's got a gun for himself now.
Oh my goodness.
This can be turned around pretty easily, considering he's not even on a 1 versus 1. They're in a 2v2. This can be INF's ace.
Spike planted.
Definitely possible, but Grumble shuts him down. Aftershock gonna delay Esmond here. Unfortunately, he had only 1 star available. So, you know, if there were a bit more, I think it could have been a different story, but nonetheless.
Oh, that was just an angle that I felt. INF could have gotten the kill, but just unlucky. Crosshair in the wrong position.
So tough here. Just shows how strong the Mongs can be, how much of a player INF really is. To get 3 players with a Sheriff and almost turning that eco around, that could have been something else. That could have been a turning point for the Mongs.
You want to talk about turning points though? Like, I think Bikini bottom Pratahouse is actually turning the game. I don't want to jinx this too much because Caster's Curse is actually real, but we have seen that happen. I've seen a 1-11 go to like an overtime and 1 in the opposite side, so this is only first game of today. Of course, everyone would like a close game. Close series, kind of exciting. Of course, you guys will be at the edge of your chairs, but what I'd like you to remember as well that this is actually BBP's map pick. You kind of have to win that by logic. Yes, this is so obvious. Getting this drone in just to destroy the turret is very important. And I think it's still alive somehow. He's using this drone to check. Please wallbang that turret, please. You're completely missing, but...
We take it. He's basically used half of his weapon right there. The Vandal's almost out. But nonetheless,
yeah,
super default play coming in from the side of BBP. Kind of just trying to break down the defense of the Mongs. But you can see 3 players from the Mongs already setting up towards that C site. There's 2 in towards Garage. 1 towards this C site. Esmond going for these little jump peaks. He's got to be very careful because if he jumps at the wrong time, his head could get blown off. They spot him out here. Nebula comes out. And now he's just playing towards the side. They do spot INF there, and he actually gets taken down. And Esmond is just looking super strong as he pushes up. Instant trades, and Grumble's been
30 seconds left.
rumbling on these guys.
Really sad. Was it Esmond? Yeah, he got scanned, right? When he was trying to peek out. So that just was unfortunate. We actually will review his position / location. It's been a while. I think, I don't think Jay has actually gotten an operator, but this might just change things up right now. Here we go. Cairo already opened up 2. Beautiful for this retake. A first rolling thunder that we might see. As Shun comes out, but is that enough though? There are enough time to recover. And yes, it will be. Shun with a double. The peek out from DXN catches the wrong timing. But honestly, it's BBP's time to just play out the timer. They don't really need to peek this.
Definitely. The Nano Swarm's available as well. They know for a fact that when there's an operator in the hands of Jay, in a 1v2, 1v3, it's going to be tough. You're just definitely going to have to almost call for a retake. They call for a save every single time. But nonetheless, that's a massive, massive hold coming in here from the double X Kizuna players.
All right.
And then DXM.
Double X Kizuna. And that also prompts me to remind you guys that we are actually officially in Split 2. The relegation stages are part of Split 2, although we don't have that, you know, the logo there. This is a second Mong timeout. We haven't seen a single timeout from Bikini bottom Pratahouse. Not like they look like they need it, at least in the second half. They're looking strong.
True. I was expecting one earlier from at the start of the game, you know, when they were losing, what, 1-3 to from BBP. But yeah, they just kept it playing. They adapted well while in the middle of the game, and they just slowly, they've came back and they've overcome and they've overtook. And now 10-7, a 3-point deficit here from the Mongs. They have to call this timeout to stop any sort of
yeah, it really is starting to look like a roll, right? The moment you keep winning rounds after rounds after rounds, that is momentum build. That is weight being put on your shoulders. Because not only when you try to equalize it, but every round you take, you got to remember, you gave your enemy credits, right? You gave them bank, you gave them interest. So if you look at the bank right now, I believe that, like, you know, BBP has got creds to spare for at least 3 more rounds, considering the buys that they got recently. And the operator's still on Musi after so long.
Definitely. This time around, they got Jay with the operator as well. A couple of players making their way towards C Long here. So Jay might be able to get some free picks unless the flashpoint comes in. Oh, but there's the drone. That's beautiful stuff. They've got the information, and look at that instantly. 3 players just falling back towards the opposite side. They do not want anything to do with the operator. Nobody does, man. That one shot to the body and you're out of the game. It's just massive.
You could always argue to, like, bomb rush him, like, get the smokes out to flashpoint in to actually force the site, but
it's too chaotic.
Yeah, it's too chaotic, and honestly, it's like a 20% chance to actually land one the moment you peek out, right? If there's 5 people pushing into C Long.
That's true.
That's why an operator holding C Long is so scary. Half the time, the only people that can really flush you out is the Breach, Astras mostly, but maybe, just maybe, BBP didn't want to risk losing their members too quickly.
Oh, they're going back towards C. This is...
Oh,
they don't have the drone. They've got the scan to work with, and looks like they are going to pull that one out.
Musi spotted him.
This is so scary. Oh, I think they failed. They actually failed the recon dart here. That's going to be a beautiful smoke from Musi to stop the vision, to clear things out. And he's going to be able to get close, and that's going to be the operator's worst nightmare.
Whoa,
having someone up close. Look at that scan coming in from Cairo. Esmond's able to help things out, clear things on towards that side, but Grumble's coming in hot. Trades back and forth towards side, and Grumble is the better Soba for now.
So Grumble's just swinging! What is this
guy?
I don't, okay, Jay missed a couple of shots, okay? Jay missed a couple of shots, but is it enough to secure the round? Yes, it will. It's a nail-biter round, a little bit messy. Goes in both teams' favor every single time, but you know, you missed 2 shots for Jay, but the third one will connect. That was a shorty earlier. Popped out the Blaze Storm for good measure and managed to secure the 1v1. Good stuff.
But Grumble is just pushing up towards default and just playing that default angle left and right, getting frags with ease. He's got 20 frags so far. It's making it look so easy, but...
okay, it's also
tough.
due to Cairo, by the way. Like, the scan you saw earlier helped his team, and also, like, did he get like 2 kills earlier, or was it 3? Don't remember. Might have been 3.
He was definitely good for 1, but...
Good for 1, maybe?
Grumble was there to trade, and then, well, everybody from...
I was afraid, okay? Grumble could have just sought him out. But Esmond now, he's holding his ground. He's the controller, and unfortunately gets tagged so he can see him through the smoke. But Esmond has done all he can. He really, he evened out the odds. I think that's the best that can happen. But Jay, operator here, might want to get this lucky shot again. Unfortunately, misses the first one.
Yeah, dangerous peek there from Jay, but luckily he had the dash to make his way out of there. But nonetheless, look at the flank coming in from the Mongs. There's 2 players towards C Long, and they actually get taken out. They get traded back and forth. EXN was able to win out that one, and an instant trade call here.
I would say no more people's flanking so far. I mean, Jay has to play this pretty tactfully. Oh no, the start of the concuss.
Wow.
It will connect, so Jay can't scope in. That's your operator down. Now 3 members alive here for BBP.
And instantly they win it back.
Easy. Though, it's going to be a net score line of still a 3-point deficit for the side of Team Mongs. Even after the dominance showing in the first half here, it seems that they are kind of just trailing behind just a bit. I think INF has kind of been suppressed a bit already. Maybe you can't really lurk too much when you're defending, right? You can't rat. You're defending after all, but I mean, the rest of the team has come catching up to do.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Mizern, he's 1 point away here from the Aftershock. Sorry, from the Rolling Thunder. They got a very heavy setup towards C, where they've got about 4 players just ready and waiting. Nonetheless, can see BBP making their way now towards his A site. Beautiful nanoswarm to clear out that A short corner. That's definitely going to help Musi a lot here as he makes his way up towards short. Very, very dangerous. Cairo right now playing with fire, going for those jiggle peaks, jump spots.
It's very, very split, even though they consider it almost default. But the fact that Team Mongs actually pushed out that far, you kind of put BBP back just a little bit. You know, I know they're on these eco weapons, but they're really forcing the issue here. And guess who else is pushing out?
Oh my goodness, Jay though, he does take down one. DXN is out of the picture right here. A 4v5, but it is a bit of a weaker buy from the Mongs. If they're able to pick up this dropped rifle, then that could be a different story. But look at the positioning from INF. They cleared out A short earlier, so I don't know if they're going to expect this positioning here from INF. And he's got the judge to work things out with. He does not check, and he's going to be able to take these guys out. And look at this beautiful backtrack from BBP. They take down 3 of the members who are coming in for that flank.
How is Shun always good for 2? When I see kill feed, I see team getting 2 half the time.
Enemy remaining.
Oh my lord.
Oh, look at Lexi. How you going? Let me whisper in your ear. That's match point now for BBP.
Beautiful stuff coming out for Bikini Bottom. Considering that they are trailing first half, I keep saying this, but after we see them coming back the 4-5, it started to put Team Mongs on a very, very serious note. They couldn't actually get a read after like what the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, the 7 round-ish. Everything was just going in to BBB's favor. Team Mongs is just
Bikini Bottom
Pratahouse, my guy. Any team that has food in their name is just asking for it.
It's flavorful, definitely, but nonetheless, potentially the final round here in this first map. This is best of 5, so we might be seeing a potential of 5 games, ladies and gents. It depends how these two teams play it out. DXN has a little bit of fights here towards his garage position. He has the information that there are 2 players just around that area, but look at how aggressive Alexi's gonna look to get. And this is INF. He was able to take down 1 last round. He gets the 2nd here now, and just making the judge look like the most broken gun in the game, let's be honest.
Is this INF highlights or something? Yes, we got some mad stuff from Asmon, you know. Shun as well. Musi's got some trades as well for himself, sometimes in the early halves. He's been taking the weight on his team to try to open up sites and, you know, try to clear, you know, for example, a link like this, and even for his team. But where is team? Where is team? He's pushing out way too much.
No, but look at the rest of his team. They're actually making their way towards C. It's a 2 versus 4. Definitely doable, but the amount of utilities that they have here on towards the Monk side, if they are able to get 1 more frag before getting the spike down, that's going to make wonders. So
I felt like Musi shouldn't have pushed that far. Like, he's gotten some really good angles into B already. If you're going to A link, you're like very susceptible to both. Three places actually. CT, Heaven, and
fantastic.
DXN got his back turn. It's just unfortunate. Shun again, very sharp on an INF side. He's got Rolling Thunder too now, but everyone else has ults here. There's a Hunter's Fury. There's also a Cosmic Divide. The drone will spot out Shun, which somehow misses. He's ready for that. He's so ready for that. Shun is literally closed it out. What is happening in this game?
No, can you imagine?
What happened?
The drone came out. He did not make a single he did not move a single muscle.
Dude, he's
and
unfazed.
As soon as Astra tried to go for the swing, he just moves a little bit towards the right, hits that strafe, and hits the beautiful last 2 remaining hit shots. I mean, balls of steel.
Yep. Perfect movement as well. The counter strafe.
Yep.
During the shots, get a crispy shot on the first one.
Goodness.
Second one wasn't a 1-tap, but it's still clean.
It's clean,
Holy,
bro.
how do you end that? That's a highlight. That's a highlight.
I mean, you're breach. You've got the Rolling Thunder. You can play towards Cubby and play off your utility that you have, but I mean,
But he played it straight out. I will stare at you, CT dead in the face, despite a drone coming out at me. Like, I can respect it if it's an operator peeking that, but no, he's got a Vandal. He's got a perfect, like, a crosshair placement, and he's got the best movement to close it out. That was what I call closing out in style, by the way.
That was pretty impressive. I'm not gonna lie, that was pretty badass. But nonetheless, 13-7, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, 13 to...
Probably around there.
13 to 8, 13 to 8, yes. So nonetheless, a very convincing victory there for Bikini Bottom Pratahouse. You know, we mentioned it earlier. You know, the Mongs, they didn't have that much information or stats on towards Haven. You know, it was not their best map. Earlier, they played it the ranked style, ranked heavy, stick together as a team, as a squad, trade each other out. And at the end of the day, EBP, they just had more experience, had the strats, and they were just able to hit those shots and win out those very close 1v1s, 1v2s.
Experience still kind of shows, but in the end, we still got really, really good plays here. But there will be more plays that is coming out after this break, though, because they will be setting up Fracture, that is Team Mongs picks. So here we go. My name is Zeno Viper, that's FaZe again. We'll see you from map number 2.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the VCT MYSG relegation / promotion bracket. I'm FaZe, and alongside with me is your boy Xeno Viper, and we're going to be your casters here for this upper bracket best of 5. And so far, it's been a pretty decent day so far. I mean, it was 13-8 on Haven. Pretty one-sided as soon as we got...
One-sided in the second half.
In the second half, yeah. As soon as we got into the second half, and now we've got Fracture for the second map.
So we're moving into Team Mongs map pick, right? Because we know that BBP already won their own map pick. That was Haven, right? Oh, we got in straight. We will have agent selects to show you guys and kind of just protract what the strats may be. Yeah, we're back in Fracture. I expect to see, you know, the usual, right? It's FaZe, the breaches that will come in. Can we not have a complete mirror again? Okay, there's a Cypher diff here now.
Sentinel diff. We take those. The duelist has not been locked in here for the side of Musi, but
Lexi back on his comfort agent. That's the Brimstone, and then I'll say that's Lexi on the Brimstone. Yeah, and then Musi's on the Raze. We see his Raze go crazy in Bind. We could probably do the same thing here in Fracture.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, everybody here has just been phenomenal players all around, all across the board. You know, on the side of the right side, you can see the Mongs. They were very, very textbook kind of team. You know, they kind of played in the ranked sort of play style. They'd go in together as a team and they'd trade each other out. And in the end, they'd win out those clutches. You know, 1v1s, 1v2s. It just interesting way to play it here, especially since we're in the Valorant challengers. You know,
that's right.
You usually see a lot of strats, a lot of these team plays coming in, but they just rolling in as a squad and they usually make things work.
Team Mongs, the one that's having 6 Fracture games played in Split 2 thus far with a 100% win rate in this.
Oh god.
So it's their most map plays and the most map wins, actually.
We'll see if they can keep it up now.
They have a lot of others as a 100% win rate, but that's also because it's just one map, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
This
Fracture
is the most
6 games
convincing.
played, yeah, Fracture 6 game played, 100%, kind of afraid for BBP at one point here. So let's see how they trying to fare out. Don't make it a clean 3-0 sweep, as they say.
Oh, aggression. They're going to sandwich these players towards the other side of the map here. They spotted where one of these players are, but they had no idea where Kairo's playing. That's going to be a great nade to force these guys out in towards an open position, but they're just winning out these fights back and forth. They managed to sandwich them, and it's a 2 versus 2. And just the trades that I'm talking about, the Mongs, even though they're put down in a situation where it's just not looking winnable, they somehow managed to trade things and even things out. So 2 versus 2, definitely winnable for either of these two teams.
Let's signal all the way back to A side, but there is a trap wire there. So if they trip it, gonna make it obvious that it is an A hit, however. But it's gonna take some time for both our Fate and DXN, who's playing the Cypher, to kind of rotate over, right?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they're just sticking together as a team. As long as they stick together, they can trade each other out. If one gets taken down, if Grumble gets taken down, there's definitely going to be DXN just ready and waiting. And this Sheriff can do wonders. Both these two players down to sub 50 HP have to be very careful, as the Ghost in the hands of Esmond can do so much damage. He takes one, but instant trade from Grumble. And Grumble has just been playing so insanely well, especially in towards that first map. He brings it big here with that 3K in the first.
I would say that he could actually pretty much have lost that too, but that was very, very close, right? They were both low, you know, it's just that Grumble just happens to be in a better position for that refrag. Putting a number on the board first real quick here for our dear Mongs.
1-0, nice and easy there. I mean, incredible initiative from BBP to push up towards Arcade, push towards Drop as well.
Yeah.
And they were able to thin down the numbers, and this played a very nice and quick, easy retake. I think if INF was able to get the first pick on towards Grumble there, it would have been a different story, because he was already down to 1 hit with that Sheriff.
It means that whoever just tagged him should have done due diligence of actually finishing out first real quick. But remember, it was a full push out, right?
Yeah, it was
but
crazy.
Defenders in, and it paid off. Like, they did win the round after all in that pistol, which contributes to all these Spectres in here. Musi kind of waiting for this push out. He's already expended his pain shells, but will not use the boom bot just yet.
They spotted him. They did. The fault line comes in here. A great...
Why do we change cameras?
Use? Okay,
yeah.
We take those. He takes down one at least, but instantly traded out. And the fact that they got the spike down actually enables the Mongs to buy up And this Sheriff up against the likes of Spectres might be a little bit difficult to work with. But look at the positioning DXN has and the trip that he's set up. And just a massive crossfire towards his site. Grumble alongside Lexi just pushed up towards the smokes. They did not give a damn.
Set up really perfectly. Like that is just, I wouldn't even call it one way, but that's a perfect smoke for both top and bottom, right? So you can just easily allow DXN to just, you know, kind of rat it out with Grumble having D cross. This man is actually putting numbers. And just to look at his like player stats, he's got nothing on competitive. So he's about to stamp his name in history for NYSG.
I mean, to be in a team with the likes of Lexi, Shun, DXN, you've got to be somebody. And Grumble is definitely showing us, what he's worth. Slow and steady now. Great shot there from Jay. An instant trade back. Just lots of fighting towards A main. We just missed it out.
I have the spike.
And all of a sudden, 2 versus 2. Lots of fights towards that A main position. Someone tried to make their way towards site. Cairo was actually able to take down one, but instantly DXN is just ready and waiting. It's all Jay now. He's got 100 HP. He spots out one of the players there towards Generator.
And that was a headshot, but he wouldn't finish the job.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's a Spectre as well. And look how much damage it did. Barely nothing towards Lexi. He's still got 81. He's healthy.
I mean, Jay still got the spike. He can play this down if he wants to. He has a lot of time, believe it or not. Fracture is a small map.
And I like the initiative from DXN to just push up. You know, he's got the information that B main is completely open. There is a chance. Oh no, the tripwire.
Oh no.
I mean, he knew where DXN was playing. He knew there was a cipher on this site, and he decided to still come towards his B site. So, what it is, great stuff there. Beautiful use of the cage.
Was that a tower cage that happens to cross into the main site?
I think it was.
Yo.
Yeah, it was.
Wait a minute. Have I not seen this? All right, let's watch DXN setup. DXN, come on. Okay, no problem. Show me your cages, my man.
Yes.
Okay, I'm taking that, putting that in the book.
This goes here.
For side, and then
That goes there.
one final cage. Oh.
Oh, I see you.
I don't even think that cage was meant for sight. It just
No, I think it's just meant for tower.
it's only for towers, but it happens to cross into sight. You gotta remember that. It's a huge radius.
So if anyone hits the tripwire coming up the ropes, he can open up the cage, make his way in towards his own cage, and shoot them through the cage. But nonetheless, look at this massive fault line coming in hot towards A main, and it's just a brutal round after round. They just keep fighting towards A main and just get destroyed by INF. This guy has been on form in Haven.
Okay, but now compared to the previous round though, even though now we do have a Cairo and INF left standing here, but DXN won't be alone this time now, still tagged up with his friend Musi, who's playing on another side.
Camera taken out.
But he will need to join him real quick because the camera already spotted him.
They know there's a cipher here. Do they want to commit? That's the question.
Or you just be bamboozled and the Cypher's playing on the other side because your utilities are not bound to your range, right?
True, that is true.
Not like a kill
Unless
choice.
you're KJ or Chamber.
Look at that. They're just rotating away. Maybe thinking that they have actually forced the remaining members of PvP to kind of just
30 seconds
rotate over
left.
to A. This is the stupid part about like Fracture 2. It's a large enough map, but in reality, there's not a lot of walking required to run over to the other side.
Remaining.
Look at that. Musi just need to hold it down. Doesn't even need to move, and he already gets it down to a 2 versus 1.
Yeah, it's a spike down as well. Got the operator in his hands. He misses a crucial shot here. He's just going to get bum rushed here with the Vandal, but the Frenzy alongside the DXN Spectre just being able to close things out 4-0. Not exactly what we're expecting here, huh?
Yeah, this is Team Mongs map pick, and they are going to call out the third overtime. Sorry, the third pause. Sorry, almost said overtime.
Oh god, 3 overtimes.
That happened
In a long
in split
game.
1, okay?
Yeah.
We had 5 overtimes for Bleed and
no.
Enigma Gaming. Or was it X10? It was probably X10, I don't remember. Way too many games has passed, and trust me, it just felt like yesterday. Split 1, still in the books. Good for the taking, but I had to just focus, guys. We are in split 2 already.
To be fair, it was a pretty quick jump from split 1 to split 2.
Yeah, think about it. And it's pretty soon we're in Ascension.
Valorant's the best game in the world.
Hell yeah, guys. Riot.
Lots of tournament Lots of opportunities.
We
for
love
you-
Riot.
for you
Please
guys.
give us more stuff.
And you know, there's going to be a. Wait, do you play League of Legends?
I started to.
Okay, there's this thing where you play 5-man as a team, and you can.
Oh, the new
Yeah,
initiative? Yeah.
So basically, it's going to be like a whole new thing for Valorant where you and your 5-stack play in a tournament inside the actual game itself that's organized by Riot Games. And then you can slowly make your way up to Ascension. And then, I don't know, it's going to be awesome. But I'm definitely going to make a 5-stack.
Okay,
That's for sure.
okay.
I'm going to need 4 new friends.
Wait,
If you guys are Radiant, hit me up.
I had someone who actually brought up like the situation for me, saying that, hey, they kind of had this thing that League was going on. I forgot exactly what the name was called, but I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
And I was like, you're asking me like to play a mechanically declined gamer to play Valorant? I'm just kidding. I respect anyone who can play this game. It's just a whole other skill set from other genres of esports, you know, that hits a spot that I just find very intriguing.
Yeah, and the fact is, like, what, 80% of this game is actually mental. You know, you can hit your shots, but if your mental is bad and you're like,
Oh,
down in
yeah,
the dumps,
man.
it's going to affect you so bad. So you just imagine the kind of pressure and how tilted they would be.
No,
you
trust
know.
me, go through this vigorous training. By the year 2050, we're gonna have the best mental strength people in like the world, okay? And all of them are gamers. And we end up being psychologists because we just gotta give them the consultations. But we're gonna talk a little bit about emotional damage. That's a huge opening once again by our dear BBP. And somehow rather yet
Flawless.
then will not fall. He stays alive with Grumble coming in.
Don't know how he survived that, but Grumble was just a massive teammate there, instantly coming in hot from the back and just being able to make that 1v2 that DXN was in into a 2v2, and they were just able to win out those fights. DXN just being able to survive with a slimmer of health was just...
Not even that, like how did he not die?
There.
Yeah, exactly.
It was like that angle that he could have just got pushed out and actually get killed, but for some reason, Team Mongs didn't push the issue. They just, you know,
There.
they hit back and they didn't commit.
Yeah, definitely not. They just did not connect those shots. Aggression now from the side of the Mongs. He does get taken out here and hit with every single bit of utility that Grumble is just throwing towards him. He's going to get spotted out. He's good for one, but unfortunately, Mizern, just a quick shot here.
Mizzen showing up some numbers here. He wasn't really performing that much in Haven, but he's kind of helping a lot for his team, for sure. Even though...
Massive 2K there.
But they're on 5-0 though, so is it too early? So maybe Mizzen right now is gonna just frontline the team. Like he's breached. He has to be the one doing most of the enabling, considering that they're running a team that is very aggressive. You look at there's like breach, the fade thing, you know, just call it a default fracture lineup. But you can easily get stopped by a couple of things like, you know, Cypher wires, you know, Killjoy utils in which where, you know, in halls you can get pincered very easily. You know, Jay tried to push in through Sands, get caught, you know, there's a 5-man, almost a 4-man nightfall. And was it good enough? We have to find out here.
Oh my goodness, all this utility coming in hot. That's going to be the Brim ultimate from the Mongs here to deny anyone from making their way on towards site to help the player who was stunned, Esmond himself actually. And they've got a little bit of a crossfire for anyone who tries to make their way on towards site. If this raise, if Musi actually has a couple of satchels to work with, then he could make his way on towards the site, but this time around, I don't think they do. Esmond takes down one. Just these beautiful flashes coming in hot, and the crossfire is proving a little bit too strong here for BBP to work with.
Yep.
Shun's just gonna have to fall back. The information has been given, and well, he does manage to take down one, but he's just gotta fall back. Time is of the essence. Spot the last two. Quick double peek, as they say, peekaboo. I see you.
Okay, no, I respect that they try to get, who's it, Shun, right? Try to get the exit frags there, gets two, but there is already a huge amount of creds on the side of BBV. But surprisingly, the economy is actually looking a bit stale.
Yeah, I think that was a pretty good exit frags coming in from Shun, being able to...
5-0 and like you don't have the bank build-up? What's going on here? Did they lose too many members every single round?
To be fair, it was like 1v2s, 2v1s,
Okay.
1v3s, you know. So lots of damage done to both of these two teams' economies. And Musi holding this very, very cheeky angle. Not sure if the fault line is going to connect. We'll see whether he gets this, and just 3 players crossing. He actually gets the Colat and does so much damage on towards the Fade as well. Insane stuff. Jay's good for one. trade has been given, and Grumble is in such a strong position towards tunnel, towards tower. But Mizern is just able to take him out. Nice and easy. That's the site here.
Yeah, blind shot into Canteen. Doesn't find anyone there, but Lexi waiting for that. The movements from Jay. Kind of good to dodge the first shot, but I mean, it's Lexi holding an angle, right? He always gets those kills.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, what was that? That was an aftershock onto site. After the plant came down here, Cairo gets a Lexi that doesn't check his corners there. And looking only Cairo 1 versus 2 left. Cairo's about to cook. He's on 20 HP. But he's got 2 utilities if he wants to use it.
Oh, if he hits this. Oh,
But he's
that's
about
going to
to
be
stick
massive.
it.
Oh, he's sticking it. No way. The positioning was just not good enough for Cairo. 20 HP from the start of the round, ever since he got tagged by the operator on Musi.
And he actually got the kill. Right? But
Exactly.
he's like, oh no. He thinks really pros don't fake at the situation.
Pros really do not fake.
I mean, you're going into the 6-1 now. That was a round that Team Mong was supposed to take from BBB. Bikini, bottom, Pratahouse. I'm gonna keep repeating that so I don't stumble on me words.
Even trying to say BBP makes me...
BB.
I struggle with words. And it's unfortunate that I'm a caster, and that's going to be a massive shot there. Jay does get taken out. He was getting very aggressive, but to get aggressive against Grumble,
They're enabling
Hell
Grumble
no.
so hard right now. That's the extent with two. This map push out the disrespect that they have for Team Mong. I know it's INF last standing in halls, but he doesn't have the best of weaponry. Wow. That's a disrespect if I've seen one. And they are running away with Team Mong's own map.
just incredible stuff. I mean, you said that his team was enabling Grumble, but honestly, Grumble, he's the initiator himself. He has to enable himself with the scans, with the haunts coming in. Just insane stuff to be able to take down, what, 2-3 players towards drop. I think Jay got a little bit aggressive there at the start. You know, he satcheled in twice towards drop, instantly got eaten up by Grumble. And while the rest was history, I'm just liking this new Cypher buff is just allowing his setups to really be super strong. And oh my goodness, Musi.
Yeah, big opening there. He was sitting on like 3, 6, and 3 earlier, bottom of the board, but he wants some numbers. But he's going to go into side first, okay? Leading the rest of his team. He's relatively low, and that's why he can just get any information as he can.
Oh, wow.
The Neuro Theft did spot out a couple of people, but that's not good enough because the smoke is just going to hold them back real quick. They can't get on site for his defuse. And right now, looking Team Mong, strong triple for Jay.
Double spray down through the smoke with ease, but it's Grumble here, ready and waiting. That's going to be the first frag. 2 remaining players on towards the site. It's just the molly. It's just too strong, sandwiched in towards that site's corner.
Oh,
Wow.
wait. Guys,
Probably one of the easiest retakes I've ever seen.
I don't know if I've ever said the word toasted, not just from an orbital strike, but that is a 2-for-1.
Crispy.
Okay? 1 molly for 2 kills like this? I don't think I've ever seen that in Valorant.
Definitely not. That was a quick one as well. It was looking a very heavy Mongs round, you know. They managed to make their way in towards Arcade, make their way towards Tower, and had the site. Getting that double from Jay as well through the smoke, that was almost the end of the round. You would have thought that the Mongs had that in their bag.
Yeah, but no, guess what? Who came out from behind again? It's
Grumble
the
and the
Pratahouse.
Lexi.
Okay? Wow, these... I don't know why they're running away with this. I really don't want to call this a steamroll. I really don't, but this is not what's supposed to happen.
I mean, just look at the way BBP is playing. They're very condition. They're just hitting their shots, making it look easy, getting aggressive. And you see how the Mongs are playing now. They've changed things up. They were playing so default. They kept getting picked off left and right, and now they're playing as a squad. They're playing the way they used to play on towards Haven, and just trying to, well, win out these
trying
fights.
to snake through a couple of things where he could have died in some rounds there, but this is a good trade that I've seen Musi done in a while. There was a 2-for-1 before that. Shun refrags instantly.
No answer at all from the Mongs. Satchel comes in, Jay's good for 1, instant trades back and forth. Mizzen does get the trade back, but it's a 1v2, and the spike is already half. Flashpoint comes in, and well, what can you do at this point? Shun still having 2 flashpoints.
It's wrong. The flash also, it kind of timed it out the moment that who's his face actually like peeked out from the top. I think that was Mizern, right? The last
Yep.
man standing. So got the world in his eyes, just flashing by.
Goes there.
9-1. I think there's almost no coming back. Almost, I would say, unless Team Mongs try to pull a miracle on the defense round. 2 more rounds, the first half is done, and I think
Yes.
I'll say
this should do
BBP has everything it takes for a full weapon arsenal to carry it on.
Oh, every single time, Jay's getting aggressive, pushing up, getting fights, but unfortunately not winning these gunfights here. And look at this, DXN just able to take down 2 from the top, from tower, and
What is going
we
on
just
there?
got here.
Yeah, guys, we just arrived. Where team?
Last round
Team where?
in
Team
the
Mong.
Where
What
team, where strat?
The camera, I wasn't even sure what we were looking at. I was just seeing a cluster of bodies flopping, and that's it. I only remember seeing an opening.
Aggression by Jay.
Yeah, the J, right? Showstopper out, hits nothing on default A, and then suddenly everyone died. Where? Team where? Looking for team.
That goes there. Ah, this is a
Beautiful
nice
play.
spot.
At least you can see the coordination from Bikini bottom Pratahouse and be showing against Monk here. So dominant for this second map. I wouldn't. Now I'm kind of afraid the 3-0 manifesting, but I doubt that Team Monk's gonna go down without a fight. Like,
Yeah, I think they have to call for a timeout here. They're too aggressive. They're getting caught off. This is not how you want to be playing against a team like this.
yeah, the smoke actually granted DXN a perfect angle.
They're forcing themselves on towards the site, and it's not working out. They
Yeah.
did manage to get the spike down, but oh my goodness, just
Everyone hiding.
You should run.
Here we go. This is opening night now that DXN won't try to pin up with Musi for this tag team here. The second one is out. Of course, Musi trade is live. DXN triple, making a quad.
is he looking for the ace?
Possibly.
Question mark. Oh, Lexi takes it to secure the round, and that's 11-1.
Perfect. Now I would say, I talked about the 11-1 potential comeback, but I don't know if I'll see that in Mongs. It's a very, very called request that I were to ask of these teams. No, this is only the relegation, you know, like, and this is the upper brackets. So if any of these team actually drops, they will have another best of 5 to deal with the winner of Kizuna versus
Path.
Team Path
Yep.
in another best of 5 series. That's happening tomorrow. So by tomorrow, you will have the final 2 teams. There won't be a grand finals. I'm just saying we have the final 2 teams that will join the top 6 of Split 1 that moved into Split 2. And then we can officially commence Split 2, VCT MYSG.
Man, this is definitely not the way we were expecting this to go. It was looking like what we were just saying at the start of the map. 6 games that the Mongs have played on Fracture.
100% win rate?
100% win rate.
About to change.
And definitely it is looking like it's changing fairly soon. At first, it was looking doable. They were playing default, very passive, getting these frags. But the way that BBP played, you know, they just ended up pushing every single time. And they were just winning out their gunfights. Grumble has been insane. Moosey's been hitting it. I mean, everybody here on BBP has just been on form. So it's very difficult here from the Mongs to make their way even on towards the side, even when they try to change things up and force and just get aggressive. But now, BBP, they've swapped things out, and they still have A-main control here for the Mongs, so that's a lot of information being gained.
I mean, that's it. I don't know if they want to commit here after they lost DXN just like this. But, no, just try to pay the timer. There's 3 people still on A side. 3 on Sands, to be exact. One wrong move, the door opens, and suddenly they could be in a lot of trouble. But this could be the window that Team Mongs is looking for. They haven't really moved. Let's see if this gamble pays off.
Okay, Shun's good for 1. That's going to be a start here to this attack. Moosey does take them the second, so that's going to be
30
slowly
seconds
thinning down
left.
the numbers.
Pyro is 6 HP.
Oh my goodness, not like this.
Moosey's still alive, 22 HP. His pain shells is resetted, by the way. He's got 1 more to use. And he already found Esmond somehow in CT. Goes down just like this.
Right there.
There's gone. INF always finds himself the last man standing. The rat he is. But against 4 with a classic, no half shield. Finds Lexi though. And the pain shells will actually push him back. This is a choke point. They can just all relegate here and just hold these angles. 12-1. And potentially, if you don't force by the next round, you are in a lot of trouble against Bikini Bottom Pratahouse.
Just have to. There's nothing you can do at this point.
Huh?
He's gonna get some consolation prizes here. Gets a couple of exit, just well, one exit frag. Bot lane comes in. He will die to the spike. Get that extra little bit of bonus money to bring in towards the 14th round, and that's match point.
Match point.
11 match points here.
Now you're bringing to the bonus round, sure, but what about the rest of your team? They got no buys. How are they gonna even make it a comeback potential? You got 11 rounds flawless in a row to even force overtime. I'm not even talking about winning the overtime.
I've seen miracles, but this miracle is, you know, you're gonna need a lot more than Jesus here to help you out.
Woo.
Oh, it's a tough one.
That's why you hear the words WWJD. What would Jesus do if he's here? But if you're Team Mong, right? WWJD stands for what would Jay do?
He's got to really pull a miracle out of his booty.
This is the final Hail Mary. They really try to, try to catch BVP before they can even make this push. But look at that. They defaulted so hard, they weren't even in halls to begin with. So TM got away with nothing with the aggressive push out.
Man. Had to use some bit of utility here. That's both of the Sky... What is that? Sky Dog?
Oh, that's the Prowlers?
The Prowler, there we
The
go.
Sky Dog, I know. Same
Prowler.
misconception, but Prowler sometimes a bit stronger, but the moment these doors open, it's gonna rain hell. Now Cairo...
I don't know if they have any clue what's waiting here behind these doors. And somehow BBP, they win out that trade. 2 players already, and Esmond caught with his pants down on this A site. Just a full-on wrap. And once again, INF, this guy has been playing amazing in the past 2 games. But man,
Attackers win.
BBP all the way through, just bum rushing them in the end of the game.
Domination is an understatement in this. Like, this is just something that is completely crushing for Team Monk. There's no other way to put this. This is their own map pick, but then I would say that Bikini Bottom Pratahouse just schooled them like it's the first day of school.
Yeah.
No, it's really tough to see a complete steamroll sometimes, but that's the nature of the game. When you are in the highest levels of plays in MYSG, these tier 2 teams, you gotta put up numbers. They actually put up a relatively decent performance in the Haven game, but it's still undeniable that you are down 2-0 now for Team Monks. And I would say that if you're Bikini Bottom Pratahouse, you are just 1 point away from securing at least one of the top 8s in Split 2.
Yeah, definitely. And it's best of 5. It's a marathon, not a sprint, remember. So the Mongs, they kind of have to take this break to really bring it back, reset their mentality, and hope they come up with something here in towards the next map, which is going to be Icebox.
Yeah, Icebox will be fun. Cool things down a bit. I always make that pun way too much. But, okay, the day is going by quick, and we would like to make this break quick as well. So we will be right back. We're back in here. That was quick, right? The Valorant challenges, of course, the VCT MYSG region. Like I mentioned, this is the relegation / promotion bracket. Once again, if you don't already know, that's FaZe, right beside me, and I'm Xeno Viper. We are bringing you the broadcast for today. And also, you need to know that we are up 2-0 already in favor for Bikini Bottom Pratahouse.
Bikini Bottom Pratahouse.
Keep saying it. Let's go.
Bikini Bottom Pratahouse.
Bikini Bottom Pratahouse.
Bikini Bottom Pratahouse.
Bikini Bottom Pratahouse.
2-0, ladies and gents, and they've been playing insane. I mean, just the sheer experience that they have with individually between all these 5 players that they've got on their team, firepower-wise, insane. Hitting their shots and just running it down towards the Mongs. I feel bad here just watching things. You know, we had a little bit of a expectation from the Mongs. You know, they had a six maps on towards Fracture. They had 100% win rate, and we were expecting a little bit of something, but just
a little something. But okay, it kind of just like went on a down spiral, right? We saw Haven first. They actually okay. We talk about Bikini Bottom Pratahouse first. Okay, credit where it's due. They were strong. They won 13-8 in the first one, and then it was 13-1 in Fracture. That was Team Mongs map pick. I want to know what's going on here. What are your thoughts?
I don't know. I mean, it's the Mongs. It's not like they're a bad team. They've been going through the open qualifiers. They've been there. They've beat the likes of I think it was Kizuna, I think, to make their way here. Nonetheless, but yeah, they're insane. They have what it takes, but I think they may have just fallen to pressure here. You know, especially since it is the upper bracket finals. It is the best of 5, and mentally, maybe they're just not in the right state at this point. We're going to be moving in towards the ice box here, and looking towards the left side of the screen, you can see the Mongs now picking up their agents, the Jet, the Sova, the Killjoy, Sage, and alongside the Viper as well. Fairly similar so far towards the right side of the screen here. Will it be a mirror match?
Is that really a default back to Icebox though? One reason why I started to not like Icebox as much in super competitive is that you really can't move away from like your token 3, right? Like back then there was Chamber in the mix. Now when that's gone, you see Sage coming back in there.
Back to the lineup.
Sometimes you don't see a Sage, right, in Icebox, but now it becomes the next staple. Really strong in pistol rounds. Has some really good angles for an extra Sage wall that can boost you up both rafters, you know, level 2, and even get weird angles up on yellow. People won't see that coming sometimes.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be a complete mirror. Yes, it will be. Similar like we saw.
Take it.
Past 2 maps, except the previous one, the Fracture, we saw a Cypher versus a Killjoy picks. That's about it. Everything else is mostly tokens.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, this is the map that, you know, we don't really stray away from the lineups. As the attacker, you want to make your way on towards site, get the spike down, fall back, and just use the Viper's Toxic.
Yeah, exactly.
Just hit those nano swarms and just make it look so easy with those lineups. But nowadays, we see a little bit of difference here in the lock-in. We saw Harbor being picked. You know, I'm waiting for the Harbor pick to be, you know, making its way towards Southeast Asia a little bit. It would be a little bit more interesting.
You took the words out of my mouth. Like, I actually did see a Harbor in Split 1 for MYSG, and it was actually really refreshing.
Yeah,
you pair it with the Viper, and suddenly you have so many angles that you need to like be really careful from. You don't know who's hiding behind a wall of any sort, right? Oh, damn. But we're back to defaults, I guess. And this is just normal Valorant. Let's see.
Good old classic. The Mongs looking to get aggressive now. You can see the J pushing up with the Sheriff in his hands. Scans have been traded out. He gets a couple of shots there on towards DXN, if I'm not mistaken. And they just have to be careful. He's going to have to fall back here at this point.
Yeah, and he hasn't even expended his tailwind. Yeah, he activated it, but you could actually get one more peek if you really wanted to use it. But in the end, it will expire.
Right here.
And I would say that DVP is still very resilient. They're not going to rotate just yet. They're about to force the issue.
Oh my goodness, 13 HP. He takes down Moosey as he's crossing towards elbow. Nice and easy picks. That was a very, very close one here. Just some shots hitting through that Viper screen. So dangerous because one hit, it will definitely take down.
Oh no.
Jay, but oh no, the wall is just, they don't even have enough space to put a plant.
What's going on?
Unfortunate. Oh man, shots left and right.
You can probably hear Grumble actually grumbling.
Yeah.
No pun intended. But that was a bit disastrous. Spike is down, there's no way to retrieve it.
This is the start
30
of the
seconds
downfall
left.
here of the Bikini Bottom Pratahouse.
I didn't know it was that cold in Bikini
Players
Bottom. This icebox, man. But holy, that was a very, very messy take slash defense, I guess. Not really sure what transpired there, but at least if Team Mongs put some numbers, I'm all for that. They are on a huge deficit now. Seriously, Bikini Bottom Pratahouse has like two maps if they really want to mess things up, you know?
Yeah, definitely. They can try new things if they wanted to. And
On stream? Yeah, I'm down, right?
Why not?
Surprise us. After all, the game is entertainment, right? So throw us curveballs, throw us like weird strats. We like to see it.
That may be why the Sage Wall was just not really lined up properly.
You're right.
It's a possibility.
How did I miss that? You're absolutely right, my man. What is this angle?
Oh, okay, that's the angle. That's the angle.
I never even got to finish my sentence. I sent Jay into the afterlife. Okay.
Poor guy. Slow and steady. Nice and easy so far. They did manage to thin down the numbers. They do take down Jay, who is a massive threat here because his jet is just incredible so far here. But INF does take down another. So
Ooh, where was that?
traded back and
Middle?
forth.
Yeah, that was the middle one. The INF caught him. You have to respect the rat. Rat spec. Okay, I'm in 50 seconds in. Are we seeing this UI glitch, by the way? It's really like just bugging on the mini-map. Just to
I had that yesterday.
want to give you guys attention over there real quick in case that happens. That is not from our production end, just saying.
Definitely not.
Yeah, there's this white ray of light showing that it is brighter than my future. But Asmon's trying to deny this plan. Maybe a whip pick out.
Okay,
30
we
seconds
take
left.
those. They just line up for him. And that's going to be an easy double here for him. But Lexi's still up and ready here for this. It's a 1 versus 1.
Oh,
And all the information has been given. They know exactly where Grumble's playing at. He does get a couple of pop shots here on towards him. 62 HP, just 2 hits is all they need here on towards him.
the problem
10
is he needs to
seconds
get the spike and plant, and in which he will be successful. Wow, we've seen Grumble do so much work before. Can he pull it again?
A little bit late on the shock dart there, and Grumble's going to be able to hit that shot in the end.
What?
Okay.
Yo, let me just say that was not supposed to happen. All right, our dear Viper has already gotten 2 nasty shots, plus the vulnerable to, like, you know, increase damage. But then all of a sudden, we come down to this 1 versus 1 where really, when you ask Grumble to shine, he does. With bright rays.
It's Grumble, man. What do you expect?
Oh gosh.
He is just phenomenal.
And it was a Spectre versus a Sheriff. Okay, Sheriff in Grumble's hand. Got the plan and got the thrifty round. That's a steal, I would say.
Definitely is. Aggression here from INF.
that-
He gets tagged here. Should be an easy frag here for the side of BBP, and they do spot him out. Second one here as they get aggressive.
Oh no, Kalo, can we go yellow, please?
Oh, hold on a second now. A little bit of something towards A main. He does take down one.
There's too
it's
many things
all
going on
hit.
every single
They're
angle.
just
One at yellow.
Pushing here, pushing there.
I mean, eco rounds, I understand.
Yeah, we take it.
But you can see that Bikini Bottom Pratahouse was so ready for that, despite wherever angles they were coming from. So they were holding down A. I think they were pushing B by default, and then they left one of our jets to look at A. And they pushed out and they got caught. One at belt straight up.
Ooh, tough one. I mean, if this is the kind of momentum, we're already in the 4th round.
Yeah.
If it's going to keep on going like this game's going to be over quickly.
Yeah, it's way too fast. I will just say again, it somehow does feel like a ranked game because of how fast the rounds are going and also the level of people that are dying.
Yeah, Jay was able to take down one towards B long. Grumble is here. If he does get the spike down, along with a kill, he should be able to get the res off. And that's the mad advantage now here for BBP.
Grumble should have died there. He stood like a full second.
Yeah,
And he's not only alive, by the way, he has full health and shields. Okay, so now Grumble also gets a free rest. That's a full 5 man right now on a B take. No man, doesn't really need to clear.
wow,
How did
how?
Shoot find that angle, man?
How?
He's good for 3 now. Still alive, and they'll look for INF again, in which towards danger. We got Grumble trying to peek it out. The widest of swings from our dear, was it DXN? Probably DXN.
Yep.
Yeah, to just help out his team. Ferrari peak, as they call it. It's a 1-3 now.
In Malaysia, they call it the Myvi peak.
Oh my lord, you are right.
Oh man, top
Yeah.
one. I don't know what happened there, but we saw Esmond, Esmond,
As Monday.
whichever one.
Is it
He
Monday?
I don't know.
It's Saturday.
It's Saturday. Esmond,
Esmond, okay.
I think.
Mates. Yeah, seen them around real quick. I'm kind of glad that they are performing. At least first map was good. Team Mongs, I already repeated again, but you gotta know that there's a lot more rounds to keep up. You know, I can commend Mongs as INF, Cairo. As one putting numbers in here, but it's not enough to take the rounds. After all, it's a team game, and it's an objective-based game. Look at his objective now. That is yellow.
Oh,
Taking
man.
control. Look, the coordination so strong. Should come from behind. Musi just leading the team.
They even managed to get a frag on towards Mizzard, who was towards A, with a lurk from DXN.
Wow.
And it's just a full-on stomp here towards this icebox. It's nice and cold here, just like the hearts and the aim of this team. This is just,
We trained for this.
well, phenomenal, just like what Jet said.
We trained for this. Trust me. I think that, like, okay, memes aside right now, if you were Team Mongs, what's coming short? Like, what do you really need to come up against the offense,
Here.
of BBP coming into you? You are starting on, the defending team for Team Mongs, so
They're holding the angles correctly, but they're just not winning out these gunfights. The timing from BBP to find these Mongs players is just incredible. So maybe what they could do is just allow them to take the site, play 5v5 retake.
why is there a lineup for a store up there?
Oh,
God.
okay, Jay, that's what we want to see.
Spike down.
Starts
attacker
things
spawn.
off, massive 2K here from the man himself.
He's got a pocket Sage.
He's got
He
a
was
pocket
alive.
Sage as well.
25 HP, now he's back to full commission. Grumble is in a lot of trouble, and he will be saved by his wall. Real quick, Cairo finds Musi off the bat here, and Grumble putting numbers, and they know where all Grumble is, but he's done so much work.
It's a massive round there from Jay. That's definitely going to turn things into the momentum here for
Team Monk.
Yeah, exactly. Jay definitely feeling hot. That was an incredibly impressive 2K there to start things off.
And due to him, like I say, he did so much work, but I don't want the whole world to be on his shoulders after all. Like Bikini Bottom Pratahouse, there are a bunch of people that can roll over you individually, not even just as a team, but their sheer force can be overwhelming. But if you stick together as a team and understand your objectives, you can easily whittle the numbers down one by one on the side of Bikini Bottom Pratahouse.
Set up a Viper wall towards B, and this is something that I've recently noticed. Every single round they put a Viper wall towards B because, technically making your way towards A, you
Yeah.
don't really need the controller. You've got your Sage wall to work things out with, and Jay spots on the
what?
beanie of DXN, takes him out, instantly falls back.
That's an Asian diff right there.
It is,
You should have
man.
played an Asian that had, a lower headband.
If you were Phoenix, you probably would get taken out as well. Maybe Chamber's slick back hair would have been different, but
Probably,
IMF
yes.
takes down Lexi here, just ready and waiting towards the top
Well,
of
that
Tube.
Well, no, was that Tube or was that Kitchen?
Kitchen/Tube.
Kitchen/Tube, okay. Hey, and by the way, it's looking good. TM has their man advantage, and I wouldn't even think that. Oh no, these Avengers assemble. That's Mizan already kind of just waiting for Musi down. This is looking so strong for Team
Spike
Mongs.
down A.
There we go. That's exactly what we want to see. The shots are finally connecting here from the side of the Mongs.
Just let them try.
Jay, I think, really just finding the opening frag on towards Killjoy. Massive frag, falls back, and just very patient play,
When I asked WWJD, what would Jay do? See, Jesus, he needs to save it. Be their
patient.
savior. Cannot be too much work on him though, because it really does feel right now there's a lot on him. He stopped fragging there at 7-4-2. Mizern is not too far behind after the previous round that he got in 2 beautiful frags. INF just got to do INF things when he
INF is...
moves into the offending round. Offense round. Offending round? Oh my gosh.
I'm offended. Well, let's be honest, INF is very, very strong. In terms of firepower, he's just been looking super consistent here throughout this series so far. He's just got to look for more. He's got to find these openings, and as a Killjoy, it's difficult to do so. Jay's got to be the one to look for these Vicks. But nonetheless, so much noise being made towards his A side. They've already invested 4 players here from the Mongs to rotate towards A. The drone's going to be coming out as well to spot more sorts of information. And, well, they're definitely going to be sticking around here as the Cloudburst and Nanoswarms just pop on towards A. Jay looking to find an opening here. He spots Stout. Oh, no. So close yet so far. Moosey's going to be able to get these shots off instead. Crosshair was not here on towards him. And look at Grumble. He went for the plant. Hits the fake, gets the kill, and just goes for the plant once again. And there we go. A full-on meat grinder towards his A side. It was looking so good for the Mongs until Moosey got that 2K towards Rafters.
I'm just gonna tell you straight up, that round was won due to Grumble accidentally walling himself up and dropping down, because that actually screwed up the aim of whoever was aiming at Rafters.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It all started with that, and then suddenly it just fell apart for Team Mongs.
I mean, if I was Jay, I'd probably do the same thing. I would try to take some shots off on towards TXM.
It's so hard for like INF too. Like the entirety of BBP is not running into INF's setups at all. You got to think about it, and there's like a whole chunk of an agent util not coming into play. You know, whereas the rest of Bikini Border Pratahouse, they put all the utilities to the best potential. Viper Pit now available for Lexi too if he wants to commit. Jay still got an operator. Will try to find some numbers with that. I mean, it's kind of obvious he needs to find numbers, but he has been missing on Haven a bit, and now he actually finds the shot. Tries to see if he can make a double.
Oh, looking for the second. That's going to be a quick res, and Moosey does come in from elbow, just full on aggression towards the site. They are going to get the spike down. A beautiful wall, and with these lineups, with the agents that they still have alive, the post plant is definitely going to be detrimental here. They have to come in quick with this retake now.
Dude, Grumble is playing on site, man. And he's definitely putting that disrespect. But he will be punished because of that. So, DXN one trade instantly. Gonna be a 4-on-4 now. There's some outside now. Jay got to double now because of DXN. Trades out the Esmon. Viper Spit was not used in this case. So it's still looking strong. It's a 3-on-3.
He's gotta hit the shots. That's beautiful. But the... Oh, no, Lexi. He does find Jay going in for the defuse. The Hunter's Fury is still available here. And now it's going to be popped. He gets the first tag, but Lexi just going to get that quick double spray down. I was getting a little bit worried there. The Mongs, they almost had it there. But Lexi came in hot from the flank somehow. Just showed up next to them.
All right, Team Mongs again realizing what's at stake here. Will call this timeout again to reconvene. But that is an absolute unit of a hold. And the post plant coming out from BBP there. The fact that Lexi even had the time to come out from his from the screen side, gets the final 2 remaining members, even though Hunter's Fury was committed. You know, that goes to show, like, just play off your utils. There's only one way you can look, right? If it's planted for you, then you only can be looking straight. You'll be susceptible to what people coming up from pipes area, you know, belt. And then you don't see a Lexi just coming out from screens, killing you.
It's a tough one there. I mean, that if you allow BBP to get that spike down towards Ness, coming in for the retake is just incredibly difficult, you know, especially if your Sage has already been taken down and you're basically an open target trying to go for the defuse. When you've got players like Lexi still available with the Snake Bite, when you got the Nanoswarms and you got the Shock Dart Hunter Fury still available here for the attacking side, it is definitely going to be, well, you're going to have about a 20% chance of winning out that retake.
Here.
If you really look at, you know, typical Icebox lineups, half the time it's post plants.
Yep.
It's really the post plant gaming. Every agent here has the best potential for a post plant if you want to not include the duelist. You know, but everyone else has a lineup of some sort. Hunter's Fury can just drop it from far. There's Vipers, there's Killjoy most of the time. You can't run away without these 2 agents these days. So I feel like it's kind of hard to slot in a Harbor unless you take off, you know, like your Sage, right? Sometimes.
Yeah,
but,
I mean, a Harbor is a good substitute for Sage. He's got the Cove, so you can plant safely in there.
Yeah, half the time the wall is just used to plant safely, not really to elevate angles, right? So, yeah, maybe one day we'll see.
Here.
Making its way into a proper meta game, but this is Poison Cloud. The INF is just gonna rat in there. He's really just doing rat things most of the time. I'm surprised he's playing that close with the Sheriff too.
Exactly.
Yeah, way too close with Sheriff.
We've seen him hit nasty shots at the Sheriff. That's going to be a beautiful snake bite there. Can he find the angle here towards the player at the top of the long? INF actually gets taken out, and Cairo from middle denies the plant. Jay definitely gets one as well. He's got the Blade Storm in his hands here. Does he look for the second? He misses a couple of shots. And there we go. He does manage to get the trade.
Okay.
He did pick up the Vandal here to work with as well. And it's a 1 versus 2. It's DXN. He's got the Nanoswarm to work. 1 versus 3, actually. Oh, God. It's definitely going to be tough here for him. And Jay, he's back, baby. Takes down 3.
Oh, damn. Like, actually, what transpired there? There was a couple of, like, Blade Storm whiffs, but hey, Jay got his back covered. I mean, Mizan was there to kind of just deviate the shots away from him, to kind of forgive him for whiffing his Blade Storm, but in the end comes in hot from there. Yeah, I think I wasn't actually really following what happened with the entirety of BBP just suddenly dropping, and 3 members left alive for Team Mongs side. Like, where did Lexi die? Where did Shun die?
There was an ultimate. The Hunter Sphere was popped by Cairo, and he was able to take down 1. So it kind of spread. It spread BBP around a map, around the B side, and they were just able to find those opening picks here coming in from Orange. So decent stuff here from the Mongs. Some signs of life that we would like to keep seeing. Can they keep this up? They are on the defensive side, so they do not need to get aggressive. And
well, Cairo just got his head popped from middle boiler.
Did he just run towards middle, get the 1 tap, and just fall back? Okay.
Touch and go, guys. You gotta hit it and quit it. And they will make this V line towards B, literally. No, I wasn't meaning that pun, but literally, every single time, the B is so strong, right? As long as they have like 4 or 5 members left alive and your wall is up, it's always almost gonna be a successful post-plant.
Oof. He'll get the spike down, and oh my goodness.
Yeah, okay, INF got sent to the afterlife hard with that one because of DXN. And now they made it way all the way to Orange. They're pushing the jump forward, Jay! Massive question marks coming out, but I guess the round actually did look like it was over already for the defenders.
It reminds me of how I play my Jet, you know, instantly dashing wherever.
I never play Jet. That's the issue.
Man.
I play every other duelist except Jet. I don't know why. I just refuse to play it. Maybe I just like to go against the trend, yo. I love Neon. Just saying.
You gotta try the Korean Jet out every once in a while.
He's a staple. I just don't like, you know. I don't know why. I just realized I'm the kind of guy who goes against the trend most of the time.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Understandable.
Can't hate me for that. And you also know that, you know, people start off with Sage as their starter agent. I've never played Sage too back then. So, but Jet has his perks, and that he has a place in Valorant. That's why he is a staple agent. Entry is good. The ultimate saves you creds, you know. You have pretty much a smoke as well. I think most duelists either has a smoke or, or a flash, right?
Yeah.
And Jet has been nerfed many times.
Too many times that I can remember, but even though with all these nerfs, people just still make him look so good and so incredibly fun to watch.
We're in the last round of the first half already.
It is.
We're coming back to almost the same scoreline. That's the 5-7 starting up. That's Moosey up.
What a shot from Jay. Instant 1-tap tailwind straight out of there. And it's a 4 versus 4. Moosey trying to get aggressive. He spots the head here. But unfortunately, he's not going to be able to connect that shot at all.
I think Moosey just enabled DXN to kind of take control of Kitchen real quick. We do see on our screens that there is nothing to protect Kitchen for now. So if he moves back into the CT side, we're going to have an unsuspecting Jay that could die.
30 seconds left.
If he gets this pick, that's going to be massive. Should be able to pick up 1 at least. Does he expect Mizern to be just around the corner? He does not. Gets caught off guard. Mizern will get the trade, but they've already made their way here on towards his A side.
Out at 3-3 man, and finally the Viper's Pit is popped. In my words, one of the goated ultimates of Valorant, and will remain so, even though it's received a very big nerf. I mean, the nerf is just pretty much asking the Viper to play the Viper's Pit, but
true.
Yeah, the Asmon is up here hard. Moosey's got the elevation. And immediately takes out INF. That's 2-on-2 now. They're going to come in as Rafters. Asmon walking very, very close by. But if he falls in the face of Lexi, in which he will, looking really, really dire for Team Mongs. We're going to the 4-8 point now. We are going to end the first half quite strong still. I'm not saying that, you know, for Team Mongs is uncompletely, you know, not completely impossible for a comeback, I would say. But you got to remember the 0-2. When this is a best of 5 series, you can see it up there.
They can't make any more mistakes here anymore. This is where they hold things out. This is where they just get aggressive with the attack, win out their gunfights, and just make things work. And looks like we're going to be having a technical pause here as one of the players has disconnected. And nonetheless, tough, man. It's tough. Just watching the way BBP has been playing, they're just super sharp. And
there's not a lot of deviations moving around maps. You know,
it's very default, you know?
It's default, straightforward. We get on site and then hope our shots find heads.
Yep.
Half the time. So really not much to kind of break down and commentate on that, especially when once you got a post plant and then you see everything is mostly default.
Yep.
You know, it's not exactly how to say. It's not exactly coming to most points where like the clutches are very impactful. We did see one thrifty round win earlier on, and that's about it. That's what I remember. But yeah, I think Kairo's back. We just wanted to kind of address that. Attack pause. We're looking out here, and the 4-point mark to even just to equalize. Let's not talk about game 4. Let's not talk about game 5. But there's a lot of things that Team Mongs needs to put on the table. Otherwise, they will fall to the lower brackets and fight the winner of Team Path versus Team Kizuna that is happening concurrently at this moment, but it is not being broadcasted.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, and it's a tough call. It's a tough order here for them. I hope that the Mongs bring the experience that they learned here into the lower brackets finals. If BBP wins out this series, of course. Not my prediction, but yeah. Now moving on to the second half, everything is back in order. Cairo is back, and it looks like the Mongs are going to be looking to make their way towards his B site. That's going to be a beautiful smoke here to stop the recon from spotting him out. He's just trying to get these shots off, and somehow he still survives. The pop shots with the Sheriff just not really good enough. One bullet here, they both reload at the same time, and it's all down to now the final person. Of course, it's INF. Every single time.
Every time. You said it right. All 5 members alive, the right click to finish it all. It's always DXN killing INF and INF killing DXN. They're beef with each other, man. Like... But that's not something that's supposed to happen. You saw Musi staying alive for way too long at yellow.
I think Jay actually whiffed a couple, well, not a couple, quite a few Sheriff shots here on towards him.
I mean, so did Musi too. Like, Musi was having like, what, 1-2 people in his sights also whiffing, so he should have been punished for that.
Yeah,
Never
definitely. Unfortunate there.
That's how you survive.
Nonetheless, the fact that Musi was able to stay alive there clearly just won them the round. The rest of his team was able to come in, wrap around, and just assist him where they needed to. Very aggressive. He does get tagged down to 82 HP, but
You got full shields, right?
still be able to keep his life. INF going for some MLG gaming moments, you know?
Yo, that is like... That's amazing to watch, by the way. He is actually like a content god. I love it. Never stop, INF. Okay. But after all that, like, you saw the attempt on B fail kind of really... INF?
Is he okay? Checking his mouse. He's checking if it works.
He's actually checking his mouse.
Yep.
Every time the camera pans on him, I am not disappointed. Thank you, production.
There's something.
Something's actually cooking, right?
Indeed.
But it's true. With that one drone, he actually spot 2 at least. But it's 40 seconds. Like, they can still spread the defenses thin, you know, waiting for potential, like, flank. But that never happened. The extended open and Cairo is gone straight up.
Oh my goodness, what is going on? This is somehow just a full-on chaos here. DXN was able to take down one with the Sheriff. The Nanoswarm was able to pick up the second.
And Mitzel is so low because of that.
He's just so isolated here on towards the site. They spotted out INF. They know exactly where Mizern is as well. So it's definitely going to be hard to even try to manage to get the spike down. INF takes down one, but the trades come in. Grumble and Musi.
They can't isolate the kills once they drop down so many numbers, and especially the weapon deficit. This is the runaway with 3 more points to finally conclude the upper bracket finals, not the grand finals. There is not a grand finals, ladies and gentlemen. We just need to look for 2 teams to join the top 6 in VCL Split 2 NYSG.
Yeah,
VALORANT Challengers Tour, but it's the Challengers League. That's what I meant to say. Okay. VALORANT Champions Tour, sorry. Oh my god, it's a mouthful.
So many, yeah.
That's way too many
C's
here. And we thought that Bikini bottom Pratahouse was tough.
Yeah, that's already one thing.
I'd rather it roll off my tongue, man.
Imagine trying to say this is the Bikini Bottom team, Pratahouse, you know, in the VC. Oh, it's just too much.
I will physically have a script. If they make it to actually top 2, top 3, okay? I will prepare an actual script.
I see it happening, man. This team is just incredible. They're confident,
Alarm bot down.
loads of experience, and well, you can see DXN still holding on to. It is a bonus. He still has that Sheriff.
That's good. Grumble actually found INF though. Still looking at the flank, by the way. Oh, this is really a good start for BBP. Not looking good for Team Mong, even though Jake's still alive, not being traded. He lost their Sova in between.
Ooh, so much damage being done to Sage there. She will be able to heal herself back up to just about 50 HP, but can they hold off this retake? They've got the Vandals. They have these weapons that can really work so strong in these long-range fights. And look at this, just all a bunch of utility. They're giving it to him. This is exactly what they need at this point. And Shun turns it into a 1 versus 2. Sheriff in his hands, just around the corner. Jay's waiting. It's a beautiful tap here towards his head. 10-5 here. They lose too many members, I think.
Yeah, I want to check out their economy real quick. I'm not sure if all have buys. They actually do, surprisingly.
Couple of light armors here and there.
I wish we could see their utilities, but unfortunately, we will not be able to see that. So we can only speculate if there's any utilities that's not being bought by some of these agents. INF, Cairo, both sitting on 0 assists. This is very, very tough for them, considering they are 2 agents that could easily get the easy assist.
I think INF is just doing the same thing every round. You know, he's pushing up towards A main, making noise, and there's no change.
He's not participating in a lot of team fights most of the time because he's either watching flank or he's actually doing the flank, right?
But the positioning here from Musi. Oh, he get caught off guard. So low, 1-5 done here towards Jay, but it's not going to be enough here. DXN looking aggressive. He finds one. Instant trade coming in. Beautiful dash and a pick here from Mizern. It's exactly what we're looking for. And slow and steady, the Mongs, they just have to keep hitting it. Keep winning out these fights and trading things out.
It was never committed.
You will not kill my ally.
I see that like Rumble there waiting that the red. A big question mark on our heads. Yes, but it's still Team Mong will kind of whittle down the numbers still, even though we saw the resurrection. But very expensive. A lot of utils being used for that. But at what cost, really?
Grumble, he set up that Grim Wall towards Snowman and was able to pick up 3 somehow. Lexi going to be second-guessing himself and now over-rotating towards his A site. The Mongs have a clear path here towards B. And well, Lexi's going to have to figure that out in the next few seconds.
Over-rotating, but do you think that maybe he's actually saving?
It's a possibility, but a 1v2, why not give it a try?
You are right. So maybe it is over-rotation. So now he hears the plant. It is in the wrong spot. Bong. Now he goes. All the way to CT. Going back to B here. What kind of utilities does he have? Jay does have double updraft, that's about it. But Lexi...
He's got nothing.
No cloud, no poison cloud, no snake bites.
I think he's got the poison cloud on towards the site where the spike was... where they usually plant the spike. So he could use that to his advantage. There it is.
Alright.
Can he find these 1v1s? That is the real question.
It's unfortunate because the snake bite is doing a lot of work. He might be able to go and get some kills though, but got caught looking at the wrong way at the wrong time. 6-10, okay. They're closing up the gap.
Definitely. I think the first map was 13-8. 13-1 for the second here, and we're going to look for a little bit of a better score line here. Can the Mongs bring it back? They need 4... Oh, excuse me. They need 4 rounds to make it, to tie things up.
We talk about tying first, and then we talk about potentially bringing it to the net. No, it's fine, because when I keep saying, you know, like 8-4, we got a 7-5, I always say, you know, 2-round deficit, 3-round deficit, because for mental state purposes, we need the scores to be close in order to start thinking you have a chance, right? But I'm gonna hold that thought real quick, because Jay was trying to challenge Musi with the Blade Storm plus Marshall here. Of course, Musi comes on top. He's 1 blade away from actually dying. In that case, they only still lose a 1-on-1. That's it.
Slow and steady now. We do have quite a few members, but Musi somehow managed to take down 1 more before he gets raided out.
Aired out to dry. I don't know why that was coming through my mind here. This is Icebox after all. It is a pretty dry mental state.
Oh
INF,
my goodness.
His ready is so good, but his back is turned. Lexi could have gotten a push out. He doesn't check.
Finds
And
one.
Lexi finds
Oh,
one.
the second as well.
This guy's nuts, by the way. He made it in 1 versus 1 for sure.
No bloody way, Shun. He's got the Marshall in his hands. Oh, but the fact that
Sean needs to
Desmond
find
is
that
not
hit.
low as all beautiful stuff. What a shot, but just not gonna be enough here.
Okay, but they have rounds to spare, right? For BBP. Big Boy Pingu.
Oh,
Oh, I mean, great TV show, by the way, just saying.
Yep.
I love Pingu. Hey, I would say if I was Team Mong, I start to feel pretty good. But of course, can't get comfortable. They start to have guns, at least for the next 2 rounds, if they drop it.
Our operator out here in the hands of Musi as well, and he's already done so much damage with the Marshall itself.
Okay.
So this might be a little bit of a turning point here. Can he hit these shots?
That I can understand if it's a bit of a kind of scary thing to push out. A very good turret to also kind of negate a potential jet push as well. That is meant for that, to be fair. And suddenly the entirety of Team Mong is back at B already. The response is actually really quick. But DXN finds one a little bit quicker. He's down already.
Positioning there from Jay, but he just gets taken down. DXN, Cairo just around the corner. Yes, he pushes up. Gets the frag off. Can they spot things up? But Lexi just finds one.
This is so messy,
back
man.
and forth. 2 versus 2 once again.
Player standing.
They do manage to get Cairo as well. But where is the last remaining player? It's INF. He has to rotate all the way towards orange. Nation E.
Remaining.
No way. Oh, so close yet so far. He did not hear the footsteps of Musi.
I'm gonna tell you, I'm not following the kills. They're just happening everywhere, very scattered.
It is.
Very, very scattered. You know, but all I can say is that like the favorite did come out on the side of BBP. That's about it. There was another world that Team Monk could have actually won this. They were looking strong to win that round too, if you had to ask me.
Team Mong, they were looking great, huh? They hit the shots. INF, I think it was just the positioning from Cairo to be able to take down Killjoy at first. Lexi was already towards the top of that B site, so he was able to get that trade off. But at least it was tough because as soon as they got the spike down, it was a bit of in a tough spot for INF to go for the well, they did stopping the post plant. Oh, I lost my words because I forgot that they are on the attack. Stopping the defuse, he could not stop the defuse from that position. Basically, that's what I'm trying to say. So
Want to buy UI, guys? Where do I buy UI? I miss my UI.
buy coffee after this.
You don't know the treasures of life until it's taken from you.
That is true.
Right?
Yeah.
Where are my utilities? Where are my creds? I would love to see him. I miss you. Please come back. All right. Anyway, I would see that Team Mongs taking every single timeout they can. And of course, understandably, they're taking this game seriously. So
Yeah, you have to at this point.
they do have a second chance if they get thrown down to the lowest bracket, is all I'm saying. But it doesn't mean that you want to be there.
Yeah.
It's just very painful to go through another best of 5s, But there's just a chance of redemption. I'm actually really curious to know the updated score of Kizuna versus Team Path, in which we can update you guys on stream if we ever get that information.
Oh, great trade. INF gets the beautiful shot there. They do not have the res off here, actually, so they're not going to be able to res him up. But nonetheless, having the not the man advantage, it's equally tied here, but, it's better here to have for the attacking side because you're definitely going to split up the defense.
Oh, but Lexi holding his ankle. Right,
So much information. He's just hearing all these steps, and he should be able to get the easy frag here, but this is just slightly he actually gets dinked down to 65 HP.
He has a wallbang ding.
Yeah,
He should have died there.
That's an ouch.
Okay. But that's it. The timer will be played down for sure. There are a lot of ultimates being used on the side of
was ready.
BBP. Yeah.
Desmond was ready for that, but as soon as he decided to move,
There's a rest, but he can't get
came.
close to use it, I think. Where's the last body of our jet? Can you not get a rest? Okay. Let's see how this out will push people back to actually get this entry. So far, oh my god.
What?
I'm gonna hold my thought real quick there because Rumble, when he's required to show up, he does. But Mason will get that too, just in time. Even though Mason is putting the numbers, we don't see that from the past 2 rounds, but it is still not enough. the entirety
my
of
goodness.
Bikini Bottom Pratahouse is having Team Mongs for dinner. And it's ironic because Prata is the one that's food. Okay? I'm just saying that very dominant first 3 rounds, and it's looking likely that it just might be over. Not a full buy coming out from Team Mongs, and ultimates galore still for Team BBP on the right side.
Super difficult. I mean, oh man, this is just incredible. So far, Moosey's very, very dangerous. This position that he has, he's got the judge to make things work with. I'm sure he's got all the money in the world, but this positioning right here is all it takes. They do get the scan off, and they know exactly where he's playing. Oh, does he survive? No, he does not. A great call there to find him out.
Usually you take a drone, but that was a recon dart that spotted him now. It's free, you know. But that also means that he doesn't have a recon to check back of yellow, and he needs to commit a bit closer for a drone. This is actually really tough now for TM, considering they used the recon to scan him out.
Oh my goodness. INF just getting caught. His crosshair placement was beautiful, but not for the right angle here. Lexi just so calm and composed. He's good for 1. There we go. The Viper's Pit will be coming out, so this should be a secure round for the Mongs.
Spike planted.
If they do, but the thing is like, I kind of concur with you.
What?
But what is this?
Wait, what?
DXN is
No.
out. Sean
No.
makes it work. Now 1 versus 1. What's going on here?
How did he pick up 2 frags through the Viper's Pit? Did he push up?
I have no idea. I think he definitely did, because he went in and definitely got to collect. There was like definitely 2 in the pit for sure. When I was INF, and then DXN will close it down. There is no game 4. We are going a clean sweep, 3-0 in the upper bracket finals. Dominating performance here by Bikini Bottom Pratahouse.
Man, I don't know what to say. That was a 2 versus 4. We said it. I said it. The Viper's Pit is down. This is looking like the Mongs round right here.
And you could hear me hesitating. I was kind of like, I want to agree with you, but then suddenly DXN comes in 2? Just like this? I was like, okay, maybe they're actually built different. You need to calm down, guys, over the Mongs. But that really goes to show that these guys' performance, well, kind of shows over their past experiences in VCT. Whereas Team Mong is making their debut on the big screen.
But how? I mean, I just can't brain it.
I'll go back and dissect every single angle held, but
goodness.
I don't know if you would agree with me, but that entry was a bit, I won't say scuffed, but remember I said they used a recon to scan him out. We could use a drone. They had nothing to clear yellow. There was just Moosey playing behind there, and he wasn't cleared so far. They had trouble to push in just a little bit. They had to expend more utilities than they should, you know, to get to sight.
Yeah, definitely. It's tough. I mean, it's just the fact that they had the Viper's Pit. Right now, guys, off stream, we're having Kizuna versus Alexa's Team Path happening right now at the same time. Map 2, it is currently 14-14. Team Path has won the first game, and now they're looking to, well, it's either Kizuna comes back or Team Path makes it to the lower bracket.
You know, if I'd never seen the game going this fast, we could actually just hop into Kizuna and Team Path to commentate that. But I don't think we have admins in there, so maybe we won't cover. Just an idea for next time.
That's true, that's true.
But that's it. Yeah, I would say a big congratulations. Bikini Bottom Pratahouse, they will be one of our 2 teams that's going to join the top 6 in Split 2. But now the bottom, we just need to know whether it's going to be Kizuna or Path that will be completely eliminated first, and then we'll go toe-to-toe with our Team Mong.
Yeah, definitely. And that is the news here. That's going to be for tomorrow. We're just going to have to see who actually makes it out alive here, Kizuna or Team Path. That's going to be interesting to watch. I mean, those 2 teams, Kizuna and Path, they've already been in the the group stages for Split 1.
No, that's the confusing part, because I'm seeing here that it's, you know, Sean, DXN, they are playing in BBP, right? And they were ex-Kizuna. So I'm actually curious to know what was the roster change happening in Kizuna itself. And in general, I'm interested to see the teams in Split 2. Are there people who are just still committing with their Split 1 roster? Or have they really switched it up to something even more formidable? Yeah,
definitely. And that's definitely what we want to see. And we won't be able to see until tomorrow. But nonetheless, it's definitely interesting, because as I was doing some research, Kizuna actually brought up a couple of players. Well, just one player, Shinsei, the man, the god himself from LVR, in towards the team.
All right. So that goes to show that maybe LVR also has gotten a roster change themselves. Any news
LVR is
about that?
disbanded.
Oh,
They don't play anymore.
all right. Wow, that is actually a curse. Like we keep saying that LVR has been going strong since like the first VCT. They only go through roster changes time and time again. And then suddenly now, split 2, we don't see them.
Badge.
That. But we got news as well that Red Co. I'm not sure if it's is that actually public news. Maybe you won't say that, but spoiler alert.
Spoilers.
Spoiler alert, but that will come out later. But yes, I would like to say that in Split 1, I did enjoy the entire journey of it because we saw a lot of like talents, both old and new, kind of stamping their name in the MYSG history here. And they showed up a little bit of extra competition against the likes of Bleed Esports, for example, right? Now, I don't know if Paper X is ever coming back here to our local region scene, but we need our new talents, just saying.
That's true, that's true. We need someone to join Paper Rex there out in the international stages, that's for sure.
Bleed looking strong for Ascension, though. That it seems to be a lot of teams' favorite right now.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Bleed definitely one of the go-to names here, but if BBP, the Bikini Bottom Pratahouse, can make some noise here, they could join them as well, you know?
Okay, if that's the case, guys, I just want to wait for it to come to fruition. I hope I get the chance to. But yes, this is the final brackets that we'll see for today. Seems that Team Mong will be knocked down. So we want to congratulate Bikini Bottom Pratahouse to be our one of our 2 teams joining top 6.
Bikini Bottom Pratahouse.
Bikini Bottom Pratahouse.
Bikini Bottom Pratahouse. Down here below, you can see Team Path up against the likes of Kizuna. This is a best of 3. So Path is right now in overtime, 14 to 14, well, earlier. And if they win out that map right there, they are gonna fight Team Mong tomorrow. And well, it's up to Kizuna to really bring it back. So we really don't know, and we're gonna be seeing more of the Mong tomorrow. And I just hope to see that different Mong tomorrow. Different man, different Mong, different team.
Correct. I mean, they played it well, right, through the open qualifiers, but to the likes of like BBP, who is like just stomping in terms of like aggression and firepower, maybe they just fell a little bit short. So if either of these teams can last it out towards one of our top 8s in Split 2, that's going to be another hurdle to overcome. You got a relegation to worry about first, and then you got top 8. But the top 8 is going to be split, the actual Split 2 to be worried about. Now we only got relegation / promotion. Okay, we can talk a lot about it, but that's tomorrow. We got more games.
Definitely, guys. That's going to be the end of the day here, guys. Make sure to tune in tomorrow, same time, 1 p.m. It's going to be the good old lower bracket finals. We'll see who's going to make it all the way to the group stage. I'm FaZe. Alongside with me is Xeno Viper. We've been your casters, and it's been a pleasure.